This podcast is a part of the PodMania Podcasting Network. Check out podmania.co.uk to check out more of our great podcasts, features, reviews, match ratings and previews spanning the crazy and diverse world of professional wrestling.
Hello, my name is Simon Miller from What Culture Wrestling, and you are listening to the PodMania Pro Wrestling Podcast, and you better keep listening to it. Why? Here's why.
You're listening to the PodMania Pro Wrestling Podcast, a sample of the best pro wrestling podcasts we can produce on our tiny budget. Check us out on Apple Podcasts, Podcast Addict, CastBox, and all other podcast platforms. If it's wrestling you want, check out more of our great content at podmania.co.uk. Let's do this.
Hello, and welcome to a very special edition of the PodMania Podcast. I'm your host, Rob Gooden. I'm joined not by Garth this week. He has got the painters in, but I am joined by Chris O'Brien. Chris, how are you in this fucking sweltering heat?
I like how Garth's absence is more important than my being here.
Just give the people what they want.
I found out that I'm not as smart as I might have thought I am this week.
Right. In what context and how did this happen?
So I was making eggs, and I
you were
finished
what? You were making eggs?
Eggs for my lunch.
Obviously.
Yeah. Well, you could also be for your breakfast. So eggs can also be involved in tea. Quite frankly, eggs can be eaten whenever the fuck you want, and the fact we stick to this weird schedule has always perplexed me. But anyway, I was making eggs.
Very adaptable food, eggs.
I finished making the eggs, turned the hob off, took the eggs, took the pan off the hob, went off, ate my eggs, went back in to clean everything up because I am a good boy. And then I picked the pan up, not by the handle, but by the pan. And my hand hurt for the rest of the day.
I'm not going to lie, but as cold openings go for this podcast, that's up there with one of the dullest, I think.
I mean, like, the beginning of the Stardom cast was quite the adventure.
But starting with your kitchen escapades and the adaptability of eggs, it's up there with the weirder and more bland podcast openings.
What situations are eggs not good for, apart from you serving a vegan? But like
Easter,
I don't think
they're good for Easter.
They're very good for Easter. For chocolate eggs, hard-boiled eggs to throw down a hill, soft-boiled egg to throw at your teacher's house. It's a rich tapestry, quite frankly.
Someone who I went to school with has recently opened their own business of like cake. I was going to say cake building, no, cake making. Cake baking, that's what it's called, not cake conjuring. Cake building, cake scaffolding. And they do these little boxes. I say little boxes, they're enormous, of like cookies and like biscuits and things like that. And they're fucking enormous. And over Easter, they did a half Easter egg filled with cheesecake. Now,
oh Christ!
Oh my god!
I'm slightly turned on right now.
I am rocking a semi right now just thinking about that.
I know, right? Well, you know, I recently found out it was a thing, and I had no idea it was a thing.
Go on.
Cookie cake.
Cookie cake? In what way? Like a cake made of cookies, or a cake that is topped with cookies?
A cake that is a cookie.
A cake that is a cookie? Yeah, like Millie's cookies. Do you have Millie's cookies up in Scotland?
I don't pay attention to brands.
You fucking hipster twat.
I'm not, like, literally, unless it's alcohol, I could not give a shit.
Do you have W.H. Smith up there? No, I don't pay attention to brands.
Like, that is fairly unavoidable. Like,
do you go to Morrison's? No, fuck brands.
No, I can see when I'm walking into a Morrison's, when I'm picking up cookies, I just pick up the fucking cookies.
Oh no, Millie's cookies are amazing. I don't actually know if they're like a national company or if they are just a Stoke-based thing. I assume they're a national thing. But they make these enormous celebratory cookies that you can get decorated for like graduations and birthdays and weddings, funerals.
If they're in like shops, we're a bit fucking stupid if they're just in Stoke. It's like, right, we're going to be in this very, very limited market.
A market where there is fucking nothing else because Stoke has nothing at all.
Yeah, it's why it astounds me that chippy sauce has not really left Edinburgh.
Yeah, it's and what was chippy sauce again? It was just a fuckload of vinegar, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was vinegar and brown sauce.
Ah, yeah, okay, fair enough then. When I eventually sort of cross the border, which I imagine at some point I'll simply have to do, I imagine I'll be trying some of that chippy sauce, and I imagine we'll be making Garth try it as well.
Oh, I should bring. You can buy it. You can buy it like in a big 2-litre Pepsi bottle for £1. So I might bring some down next time we go to Blackpool.
Sounds like a great idea. Anyway, Chris, sorry to cut you off there, buddy, but as you can see from the runtime of this podcast, it's a fucking long one, and I think we should probably like cut to the chase rather than discussing, various food groups. And during the podcast, I'm sure food will come up at some point.
I know questions about the 90s.
So what we're going to do today, because unfortunately Garth couldn't join us because he thought painting frames of pictures was more important than doing the fucking podcast, we are going to do a random watch-along. Now, because it is SummerSlam season, and as we are recording, SummerSlam is a week on Sunday, as is NXT TakeOver 30.
Sorry, I don't watch Raw.
We are going to do a watch-along of a retro SummerSlam, and I wanted to do... Well, it was actually Chris's idea, I will give credit where credit's due, to do a SummerSlam, but I wanted to do one of the 90s ones. Now, I recently reviewed SummerSlam 93 on the FromTheVaultReviews.com. We've done a podcast on SummerSlam 94. I am not in any fucking way watching SummerSlam 1995.
What's SummerSlam? Who main evented that?
SummerSlam 95, that was Diesel and King Mabel.
And then I was like, SummerSlam 2013? And he was like, no. Despite fact, it's Bray Wyatt's fucking debut, but apparently that's too good for him.
Yeah, but he debuted in the most anticlimactic match against Kane.
Again, another one of your top 10 favourites of all time, quite frankly, Rob. And then there's one of my favourite matches of all time, which is Brock Lesnar versus CM Punk.
I imagine one day when Garth blows us off once again, because I imagine it will happen again, we'll do a SummerSlam 2013.
I wouldn't mind if the format went fucking watch along. Especially with ICW coming to the network. I can imagine that being fun to watch along with.
We'll see. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, if you can get the network loaded and search up SummerSlam 1997, we'll give you just a couple of seconds to find that.
Not, get your Vision VHS.
Yep, get your VHS, stick it in the VHS player or pirated copy. Whatever you're doing, make sure you are ready for when we say play. SummerSlam 1997, of course, from August the 3rd, 1997. A fairly important show in the run-up to, Survivor Series 1997 and that match.
We are very lucky with Garth, not he.
Yeah, oh my god, yeah, that is a good point. Shawn Michaels, screw Bret! Anyway, let's start this. So, if we go in 3, 2, 1, and play. Okay.
Oh, fuck, it's the American flag.
Oh, well, mine's just still buffering. There we go, American flag.
For fuck's sake.
It's alright, I'm 4 seconds in,
hang on.
5 seconds in, 6 seconds in, there we go.
Right, I'm 15 seconds ahead of you.
Right. I'll tell you when I'm on 15 seconds. Pause it and tell me what you're on.
And I'm on 22 seconds.
Okay, and play. There we go. We should be pretty much in sync now.
Yeah, guys are holding up a banner.
Yeah,
and there's an
American flag.
Okay.
There we go. We're all sorted now.
It's what people look like in the 90s. Why is he wearing a bandana?
Yeah, the bandanas were big. Bandanas were big in the 90s. Guy dressed as X-Pac.
Oh, it's Mr. McMahon.
Hello, Vincent Kennedy McMahon, who's forgotten where his heart is.
In his pocket. He's holding onto his wallet.
It's because Jerry Lawler's next to him.
No, he's too old for Jerry Lawler.
Oh, there's so much 90s nostalgia. Now, Chris, am I right in thinking that you were you born at this point?
I'd be, when is this? In August.
August the 3rd.
I'd be coming on to 5 months old. February, March, April, May, June, July. 6 months old.
Okay. Worldwide leader.
This graphic. No, it wasn't. WCW was the leader at this point.
Oh, 97. Yeah, WCW were absolutely all over it. Oh, dude, love. Wonder which incarnation of Mick Foley we're actually going to see here.
I don't know.
Yeah, it should be very clear that neither of us know the card. We know odd matches that are on this show, but neither of us know the card, and we've never seen the match.
I know the opener. I know it's Foley in the opener. So we'll find out very soon.
I know Pillman's on this show. This must be just before Pillman. I'm sure, was it October Pillman's death?
It was Bad Blood, so near the end of the year.
Yeah, but I think
it was after... I was about to give away spoilers of the show, but it was after the thing that happened at the end of the show because it set up a match.
Because in the WWF chronology, it goes this, Ground Zero, One Night Stand, and then I think it's Bad Blood.
It keeps coming up in this packet, so can I give away a controversial opinion?
Yeah.
I do not want a Winged Eagle belt at all.
Oh, it is a good job that Garth is not on this podcast, because I swear to God, he would hurt you.
He knows this about me. I don't like it.
Hey, Canada, bite me.
I think it's... By the way, in what way was Shawn Michaels' shorts acceptable?
I mean, his shoes are even worse.
Yeah, but you know what's even worse? How much he missed Bret Hart on that super kick.
This is a bloody extended opening package.
Yeah, it's probably because they don't have that much wrestlers to go around at this point.
SummerSlam, Heart and Soul.
Heart and Soul, Twin Atlantic's biggest hit.
Twin Atlantic are great.
I've seen them live like 3 times now. They're always fucking amazing. I never.
Was the album called Free?
No, it was Heart and Soul was on its own album.
No. Sorry, I meant did they have an album called Free? Is what I meant.
Think so. I'm not that massive a fan of their music. I just like seeing them live. I saw them because it was at Transmit and it blew my fucking mind. And then they keep supporting people who go to see. That's a big... And because there's not such a big set, they pack in more people. It looks way more impressive. I kind of like minimalist sets.
I do in a way, but...
Hi, Anita.
Hi, Anita. I tell you what, JR's hair is... Not JR, sorry. King's hair is perfectly angular in this, isn't it? Bloody hell.
I know. It looks like a Lego man. It looks like Simon Cowell.
He did.
Oh, Hunter Hearst Helmsley's feet.
Oh, it's awful. So DX is a thing right now, right?
It's in its early
infancy, isn't it? Because he's with China.
In more ways than one.
Well, yeah, that's true. Do you know what? The more I hear about China and the way she was treated, it's awful. Oh, yeah.
That's how the 90s
Did that just say
treated...
1997 King of the Ring winner?
Oh yeah, he won King of the Ring in 97.
No, he didn't. He won it in 96. No, he didn't. He won it in 97. Austin won it in 96. I apologise.
I wonder if Austin's on the show.
That blue cage is fucking grey, isn't it?
My local Fed, Discovery in Edinburgh, they used the blue cage for their last main event of the year last year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Joe Coffey versus Joe Hendry for the Y Division Championship. Now, they have no other divisions, but still.
Oh, I forgot we reviewed the show immediately preceding this.
Oh, this one immediately before Canadian Stampede?
Well, immediately after, yeah.
How
How did they not notice that Mankind was dressed as a fucking cameraman? He's got a mask on.
Maybe he had a hood. He had a camera in front of his face. There we go. His thing, China looks so buff that she could probably pull that cage off of its fingers.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah,
it's like when you
go on.
It's like when you see Michael Elgin touch anything.
You're sure he's going to break it.
Yeah, and that includes people.
True. Yeah, the more I hear about the way China was treated, I'm just like, I feel so sorry for her. Obviously, I don't think it's the entire reason she spiraled the way she did, but it can't have helped.
Well, no, but like being basically blacklisted from your job.
Yeah, it's horrendous.
I can't imagine it's fun to work somewhere when your ex literally ended up shacking up with the boss.
No, oh my god, that's the worst Dude Love cosplay I've ever seen.
But I've literally seen people go to parties dressed like that, sing with John Lennon.
Who is your favourite incarnation of Mick Foley?
Cactus, because of that match with Vader.
That Vader match is great. From Bash at the Beach 92?
It was Halloween Havoc, wasn't it? Oh, am I talking shit?
No, I think you might be right. I think it might be Halloween Havoc 92.
I know. I just think Cactus, Mankind to me feels like WWE got their hands on Cactus Jack rather than like where Cactus Jack feels more natural as a character for me.
See, I think there was more layers behind Mankind, and I think
that's because they added Cactus Jack to Mankind.
Well, yeah. I mean, initially, I think like it was a bit of a bland, not bland character, but they didn't do as much as they could. But when you look at the interviews he did with JR, you look at the stuff he says, the way he acted, and the feuds he had, and things like that. It just looked amazing. It was just, it was a great.
I'm sorry, just Triple H going for the SmackDown versus Raw.
Everybody should do this. I don't understand why people don't do this. Fuck fighting, just be the quicker man up the cage.
To be honest, that's why I liked the Bret versus Owen match from, 5 years before it? 4 years before this?
3 years before this, 94.
Yeah, and because that was just based around get out of the cage, because, it's a cage match. Although I've also seen Sugar Dunkerton versus the Undertaker in a steel cage.
Yeah, they are certainly comparable, aren't they? Triple H and Mankind, Sugar Dunkerton, and the Undertaker.
Hey man, that's the best trilogy my local Fed has ever had.
That's so depressing.
It was fun. Anyway, when it comes to those interviews, they're great, but I felt like that was more Foley getting himself over, rather than
but it was an extension of him, as was Cactus Jack, as was Dude Love. So the fact that they did play it, it's part of his psyche. I quite like that.
I kind of want to see Dude Love and Matt Riddle have a tactic.
I don't want to see Mick Foley anywhere near a wrestling ring ever again.
If it was 97. Yeah, to be fair though, that fucking Nash match from the TNA show was probably the best thing on that show for me.
It certainly wasn't as bad as it could have been, and to be honest, had every right to be, because let's face it, Foley in 2009 was not in the best shape because of the shit he put himself through.
I think he wasn't in the best shape, but he cared, whereas Kevin Nash wasn't in the best shape and didn't.
Well, yeah.
It's not Zeppelin.
Yes, I think it's more... What is the difference between a Zeppelin and a blimp? Is it just that a blimp advertises things?
I will Google this right now.
Just for anyone that has never listened to one of our watch-alongs before, a lot of it is us just Googling random shit that we talk about. Piledriver from Mick Foley.
The lighter-than-air vehicle deflates when that gas isn't present. Unlike blimps, Zeppelins have rigid frames that retain their shape whether or not they are filled with gas.
Okay.
Blimps are inflatable. There you go.
Well, they're all inflatable. Just one is also solid. See what, though? Like, speaking of someone with long hair, wrestling with long hair must be a fucking nightmare.
Oh, yeah, it must be. Oh, 2 marks trying to get themselves over.
I mean, like, we can't talk. We've been in a takeover crowd. We've been in 2 takeover crowds. Oh, shit, hang on.
Oh, my God. Ugh. I thought she was tying his hair to the cage.
That would have been
she's
fucking
strangling him. What's she strangling him with? Where's she even had that from?
I don't.
What was it?
I'm not quite...
She hasn't got it. Oh, it's a belt. Oh,
it's a weight training belt.
Oh, okay. It's a weight training belt. That makes... I mean, where did she get it from? But this does have a lot to live up to be fair, because I really, really, really enjoyed their match at Canadian Stampede.
I enjoyed it, but I think what this will have that the other didn't was this will end.
Well, yeah, it will have an ending.
Whereas the other one just sort of didn't. Like, I kind of can't... Like, I'm surprised more people don't do that, where we just have matches go on. Then again, lots of people do it, just not within, like, WWE.
Yeah.
I'm surprised, that's all they were on about.
Oddly as well, like, I hate... punch right to the gooch!
No, it was right, like, not on his, like, ass, like, on his asshole. That fist entered his...
Oh, no. Not a superplex.
Not this early.
But yeah, how do you follow this? Oh!
People nowadays don't reserve the big moves for the right time.
Jesus. Do you know what? Like, I hate interference as a thing. I think it's a get out of jail free card. But I do quite like the China interference.
Well, it makes sense. He's literally just going to where Foley's trying to climb out. And stopping him. That makes perfect sense, and there's no disqualification, so why not? I hate that. That's my least favourite thing.
The
in
Gargano thing.
Yeah, it's like, that's why I hate Gargano, because that's how he loses every single one of his matches. And
the looking at his hands moment.
Yeah, and does he have a match at TakeOver? Because if he does, I will bitch about it then.
I don't think he does. I think it's... it wouldn't surprise me if he ends up inserted into the main event. At the moment, it's Keith Lee versus Karrion Kross.
Ooh, that's a bit early, isn't it?
I thought that.
Like, you have Keith Lee, because, like, either Cross lose it. Yeah, Gargano should be inserted, should lose, and then should fuck off. Then again, it's not the most controversial thing in NXT right now.
No, true. One thing this blue cage does have that the new cages don't have, the give in it makes being run into it so much more impactful.
Yeah, but also apparently it hurts like burglary.
Oh yeah, you can tell it hurts like fuck. I watched a shoot interview from... Did one of them hit the ropes on that superplex?
Oh, Christ.
I was watching a shoot interview with Kevin Nash, and he was saying how much he had a cage match, I think he said with Yokozuna, and he was talking about the cage, and he said about how much it hurt, and it's basically just made of just blue metal baseball bats is effectively what it's made out of.
But, like, it's made not for any other reason but so fans can see through it. Like, you remember, like, what was it, Stomping Ground last year with the Ziggler and Kofi match where people were chanting but they couldn't sing?
Yeah.
Because they could. You know the worst cage for that, though, is that fucking one from the TNA show from the other day?
That red one. Yeah,
you can't, like, red cages, you can't see a fucking thing through them. And apparently no one learns this lesson, because that's what WWE use for the fucking Hell in a Cell right now.
Right, this is... You know Chyna's face at the moment?
Yeah.
What does she have done? Because come, like, 99, she has a completely different face.
Have you ever seen Beyond the Mat?
No, I haven't.
I'm surprised. We should do that for a watch along because it is actually fucking heart wrenching. But she was talking. She went for like pedicures. Like despite her appearance, she still was into like stereotypically feminine things. And then like the documentary ended, and it was like, despite her insisting that she doesn't need to change her look, she had facial reconstructive surgery like during the year.
Yeah, she didn't need to. It's awful, but yeah, I remember like watching WrestleMania 17.
Oh, that can't be nice.
Oh, that's got to be so painful on his knee.
Anyone who's ever had any hurt their leg in any way will be hating that, right?
Just
What's the worst injury you ever had to your leg?
Well, I broke my ankle twice, which is uncomfortable. But the worst one I had, yeah, that rope is right up Triple H's arse. The worst one I had was I was sliding for a cricket ball in a match, and there was advertising boards around the ground. And I thought, because I'd slid, stopped the ball, and I thought, if I just stop myself on the advertising boards, best case scenario I stop, worst case scenario I break the advertising board, because it's just like made of, basically made of wood, like really thin plywood. So I went to stop myself with the bottom of my right foot, and what I didn't realise when I slid into it was that it had 6 foot of concrete behind it. So I slid into it and pretty much just disintegrated my knee. I couldn't walk for weeks.
Yeah.
The cartilage had gone. It was horrendous. Absolutely horrendous.
Okay, that's much worse than mine.
Is your worst injury that you burn yourself while making eggs?
No, well, that wasn't on my leg.
Oh, right. I thought you just said worst injury. I didn't realise to your leg.
Well, mine was fucking... It was like the last 3 weeks before exam leave, and I was doing higher music at the time, and I had to run to my composition was due at the end of the week, and I had not finished the composition, so I was fucking sprinting down the stairs, tripped, ended up twisting my leg on the way down and sprained my ankle pretty fucking bad.
Ugh.
Yeah, like, I tried to walk on it for half a day, and then the teacher was like, you're going home and you're going to get that X-ray.
What the hell? Why is he at a tree of woe like that?
Oh
no. What a sell.
Well, that probably fucking hurt. Like, I don't know how else he could have felt.
Yeah, that looks savage.
I'm just worried every time we run into it. Then again, Triple H is fine.
Yeah, I was just going to say Triple H hasn't got any long-lasting injuries that we know of.
It's so weird now seeing Triple H with long hair. Like, we're just so used to, like, bald Big Daddy H.
It's weird seeing him without a beard.
What's weird about, like, the first ever Triple H figure I had was without a beard, because it was like his 2002 Ruthless Aggression one.
When was it that he got the Lemmy chops?
When was what?
When he got the
Chops?
Lemmy mustache.
Oh, that was 2007. That's like my era of Triple H.
Was that Evolution? No, he had it during Evolution. I'm sure he did.
He also had it 2007 when he came back and during the DX reunion.
Oh yeah. Oh, that ill-fated DX reunion.
Hey man, I was what, 11 at the time? I loved it.
This match is going on bafflingly long.
You say that, we're only 20 minutes into the whole pay-per-view.
I'm enjoying it. I don't think I'm quite enjoying it as much as Canadian Stampede, but yeah, I'm really enjoying it.
I think it's because it's a blood feud based around escaping a cage.
What are you drinking today, Chris?
Shit, I forgot to make myself a drink.
It's going to be a long fucking 3 hours for you, innit? Oh, crotched.
I have some orange squash.
I have 2 bottles of cider. I have an old moot, strawberry and pomegranate, or favourite of the show, the rhubarb and custard brothers.
I got myself 2 ciders for tonight because, like, my brother's coming around this weekend, so I'm gonna want to have a drink. And I decided after going to, because I'm on the coast, right? So like Friday was really nice last week, and Jesus Christ!
Oh my God!
Oh my!
I'm sure I've read somewhere that legitimately concusses Foley. Jesus!
Okay.
Oh my God!
China might be the stiffest worker in this.
I see your Cactus Jack and I raise you a China with a fucking door. Jesus fucking Christ, that's a horrendous shot to the head.
Yeah, anyway, I live on the coast, and because it was so nice last week, Asda was heaving on the Friday because everyone was getting like beer to go down to the beach. Which is bad because Edinburgh is starting to get contaminated again, and they're coming down here, which is fun. I love that. That was a bad bump. Come on, China. And so yeah, I'm never going to my Asda on a Friday again. So I was like, okay, I'm going to go get it today, and I got myself 2 ciders for this, and then I drank them before we started.
So, Foley has just hit the double arm DDT on a chair on Triple H. And I'm sure... How is this not the fucking finish?
Well, he can't... There's no pinfalls.
Yeah, I know, but he should be able to... He's crawled away from the fucking door. He's crawled the other way. I mean, there is a China in the doorway now, but she wasn't before.
What is the best steel cage match of all time?
Ooh. I mean, Owen versus Bret from SummerSlam 94 is fantastic. Hogan versus Bundy from WrestleMania 2 is amazing.
Oh, fuck off. Fuck off.
What is happening here?
He's about to win.
I don't think he is. Oh no.
He's taking this match.
I've just remembered what happened.
Oh, I know what this is. And you know it's bad because I remember what this is because of Adam Blampier's top 10.
Tip of the cap to you, Blampier.
Yeah. You old sex pest, you. Well, I like how JR's pretending the crowd chanting Superfly when they're not. Again, I hate that. That's my least favourite thing in wrestling, when someone throws away
a certain victory.
Yeah. Like, it's why I didn't like the TNA X Division match as much as you and Garth did.
I love the fact that Mick Foley had this big thing planned for Dude Love and used water-soluble pen so it sweat off his chest. That's amazing. China, just get in the fucking ring. Why were you not in the ring anyway? Get in the fucking ring.
Well, the point of the cage is now defeated.
I mean... Oh, okay.
I've just jumped Foley.
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
And he's won. Do you know what?
That was so...
I enjoyed that.
That was really good until the end.
Yeah, I'm not completely sold on the finish, but obviously this leads into Foley being more Dude Love,
and then Cactus Jack for a while, and then he couldn't decide for.
What would you give that? 10, Chris?
High 6, low 7.
Yeah, I'd give it 7. I think. Is it as good as their match from Canadian Stampede? That's the big question for me.
But some say that still happens.
I hate Mankind's gear. It looks so Bush League.
I so much preferred when he was in the tattered suit.
Yes, I agree. Are they playing Dude Loves Music as well?
Yeah.
Yes, they are.
Go
on, Mankind. His foot's going. Go on, lad.
Oh, he's feeling it.
He's feeling the funk. He's here.
Hey.
Does he just know he knocked himself out of the cage again?
Yeah. But to be fair, he's probably had some concussion after that China show.
Was Royal Rumble 97 or 98 the Three Faces of Foley?
What, for Rumble? 98, because I had that on VHS. It turned up at my local charity shop. I'm like, oh, there's another wrestling fan in this town. I must find him.
VHS?
Yeah. Oh, I couldn't afford a DVD player.
No, I'm just surprised you know what VHS is.
I'm not that young.
To love.
It's in your 30s, so doesn't mean you need to resent everyone in their 20s.
I love that Foley's gimmick is dancing funky style, and he just can't dance. He's got no rhythm. Oh my god, this shot.
It
gets no better the second time. It gets no better.
What gets me is that's Cactus Jack's singlet.
It's also the Cactus Jack elbow, so why is Dude Love doing it? But no.
Dude Love is one. I've been watching. Actually, I don't want to say it because I know you're somewhat interested, and I don't want to spoil Brother Academy for you.
Okay.
I hate product placement to begin with, and I hate it even more when it's on a blimp.
It's blimp based. Fucking hell, there are a lot of empty seats, aren't there?
Top Girl.
Oh, Pettingill, you serial irritant. I am a massive fan of his purple suit, though.
I
think he rocks it.
Who? What? What's happening? Who's that?
For the longest time, WWE/F couldn't run in New Jersey. I remember reading something about this. I can't remember why, but she was pivotal in getting wrestling back to New Jersey. There you go. I don't know exactly what it was for, but that's fucking great that they put her next to The Undertaker, who hasn't broken character.
Why have...
That's why there was a tax on wrestling events.
Oh, and that's when Vince came out and said it was sports entertainment.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, when you've got this really, really, really important moment, you want the headbangers, because they just scream political.
Yeah, they look like the people who'd be like reads on Anarchism by Noam Chomsky.
Christy Tax Crusher Whitman, as if they've given her a wrestling name.
To be fair, like Vince does this all the time. He always brings politics onto a random wrestling show, and it never ends well. Like, do you remember when he had like Donald Trump versus Rosie O'Donnell on?
Oh yes.
But again, if I wasn't political, I guess now it would be.
Oh, I miss Gorilla so much.
I just miss when him and Heenan were on commentary. Just like, oh well, you stop.
Well, there you go. Main event spoiled. Neither Bret Hart or Undertaker are the champion come the end of the night. It is the Tax Crusher.
Maybe they're going to just bring in a better belt.
What is your issue with the belt?
I don't... To me, it looks more like a toy than any of the ones that actually get accused of looking like a toy.
You mean that looks more like a toy than the fucking spinner belt?
I love the spinner belt, Rob.
You are such a millennial. You're a prick.
I'm too young to be a millennial.
There is not one person alive that likes that fucking spinner belt.
Me, the person I grew up watching wrestling with.
I mean, you can't say that, for example, like the Raw and SmackDown Tag Team Championships, for God's sake.
Oh, they're not good.
Goldust versus Brian Pillman, that could be very good.
That could be very good. That looks very tasty.
It does look very tasty. I was such a fan of Brian Pillman. More in WCW, weirdly, than in the WWF, but a massive, massive fan of him.
I've only really seen his Liger stuff.
He did. Have you seen the Booker Man incident at Super Bowl? Was it Super Bowl 5?
Okay. I've seen a lot of build up to that actually, because I ended up used to just watch Random Nitros when I first got the network, and like when him and Arn Anderson turned up in, and he wasn't in a suit, so he was like, "It's his business. You need to turn up in a suit."
Oh, Tiger Ali Singh.
He was on the first ever wrestling show I owned on VHS,
which was
Capital Punishment 1990. Well, there's only one Capital Punishment.
Do you mean Capital Carnage?
Capital Carnage.
Yeah, Capital Punishment was 2011. It was an absolutely fucking crap show. Main evented by R-Truth and John Cena.
Yeah, that's in like the year I didn't watch wrestling.
That is the most fucking terrifying balloon I've ever seen.
You clearly not. Yeah, I. Oh my god!
Oh, the Honky Tonk Man.
No, take it back. Honky Tonk Man is the most scary balloon you've ever seen. Oh, he's off his tits right there, isn't he?
Is absolutely smashed, isn't he?
Oh, it's sunny.
Sunny is hot, according to that sign, to be fair.
I know.
It's weird seeing Austin in any other shirt apart from black.
Yeah. I'm in a wrestling group on Facebook, and someone on there subscribed to Sunny's OnlyFans, and I'm like, why?
Oh.
A, why? And B, why post about it?
She sounds like she's another one that's just... She's never recovered from this sort of era in wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, Goldust was one of the stories, wasn't he?
I love Goldust. I love Dusty Rhodes in general.
I love the, because the, film reel frame rate entrance he does here.
I love the fact that Marlena can't get that cigar. Can't get the cigar lit.
Do anything.
There we go. There's a random mannequin. That's weird. Oh, yeah, because these two were in the main event of Canadian Stampede, weren't they?
Most of these entrances are just going to be us for calling Canadian Stampede.
Yes, yeah, vast majority.
The thing is, Pillman's one of those people who was never he was appreciated, but loved in his day. But all these things, this cycle shit, that's what Ambrose / Moxley does.
Yeah. That robe is magnificent.
Is there a better robe? I don't think so.
No, I think that is. I think that probably beats Bobby Roode's.
I can only imagine being in the 90s and seeing Goldust.
Oh, can you imagine the heat?
I have to ask Garth what that was like one day.
What, just being alive in the 90s?
Yes.
Oh, right, okay. This, consequently, by the way, is a show... Chris was, of course, born in 1997, and Garth left school in 1997.
He's wearing a Marilyn Monroe t-shirt. Oh, Christ. I have trouble with eye contact to begin with, and I'm having trouble making eye contact through the screen.
He is fucking mental, isn't he?
Yeah. Ah, Christ. Stop going to the mannequin.
Why is the mannequin there? I feel like I'm missing... I love the fact that Marlene is just enjoying a cigar.
I think... he's put his wig on it, so I think that's where he keeps his wig.
Ah. Did he not? I know he's had a wig on it before, I'm sure he did. They're kissing?
Oh.
Biting? I love the
Sometimes it's both.
That he's got gold paint all over him now. Look at him when he turns around, he's just covered in gold paint.
Why did we use what? How did it take until Finn Balor to realise, maybe I should use waterproof paint?
Maybe it wasn't a thing in the 90s.
Even Umaga back in 2006, 2007, his face paint would tattoo.
Funny story, I thought Hakushi's face paint was real.
Did you?
I did. Oh, there we go.
Homosexuality.
Homosexuality is weird and wrong. Remember, it's obviously not.
If he doesn't want it, then that's sexual assault. But
I think we've made this point with Goldust before.
No, we made it with Dustin because he sexually assaulted Jake Hager's wife.
That's right. Did we really need to pan into Goldust's arse then? It still baffles me how much of a different time the 90s was, that we have a character who is it's never explicitly said that he's gay. Vince McMahon makes that very clear that he is I cannot say that word. Androgynous? That's the one. There we go. It's because I've had a couple of ciders. It still baffles me that he was supposed to be a heel because he was gay. That's ridiculous. The idea that you can be bad because of your sexuality is just absolutely mental.
Every time I see Gold, have you ever watched Glee?
I've never watched Glee, no, because fucking hell, where did Goldust pop from then? Boo.
There's this character in it, and like he just turned around to a teacher one day and said, "I'm what they call a predatory gay."
Ugh.
I can't believe we never had Goldust say that line.
Of course, there's absolutely nothing wrong with being gay, obviously.
Yeah, of course. You know what I love is that Pillman could not keep up with Marlena.
Marlena in heels smoking a cigar.
Yeah.
I love the fact she's still got that cigar.
Have you noticed there's a hammer and sickle on Pillman's tights?
Oh yeah, that's the Soviet Union. That's the Soviet Union hammer and sickle. That's communism. That's bizarre.
So I see Brian Pillman is nice.
The ill-fated communist gimmick he had.
Oh, look at that over-the-top shot.
Oh, Jesus! Oh, God! Oh, what the fuck happened then?
Why?
Marlena has so gone over to blow smoke in his face, but also secretly go, fucking hell, are you alright? Like, he hit all of his back, neck, shoulders, Jesus.
DDT on the floor? You do get that nowadays. But
I forgot about his golden director chair for Marlena.
This match is a spot fest.
This match is great.
It's really good. I'm surprised how good this is, because when Dustin doesn't try, it's dire.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's weird, because I think Dustin's weirdly in his prime right now. I think he's found his calling as a pissed-off old man.
Oh, you mean now as in 2020? I thought you meant now as in 1997. I was like, he absolutely has not.
No, I think his peak as Goldust was actually... You're going to think this is weird, but 2013. When he came back against Orton and then was part of the Rhodes vs. Shield.
I don't know, I quite liked him with Booker T. What was that, 2002?
Well, with Booker T, yeah. The thing is, I think I'm talking like as a worker.
Oh, okay. I think... I mean, and obviously don't take this the wrong way. He leans down a lot in 2013. When he comes back in, I think it's when he comes back for the Rumble, it's in 2016, and he's leaned down a lot because when he got to,
it was 2013.
Sorry, yeah, 2013. When he comes back, there he's leaned down. But when you look at like the Black Rain gimmick, for example, he's in awful shape, and he's not exactly skinny here. We can see altogether too much of Goldust in this onesie.
If someone mentions Black Rain to him on Twitter, he'll block them.
Amazing.
No, literally, like, because OSW Review love Black Rain, and they mentioned that and tagged Goldust, and he blocked him.
That's amazing. That's class. Like, there, I can see all of Goldust's penis there.
Oh. Yeah, well, the thing is, that outfit is very close to form fitting. So
very
we kind of
close it is.
we know what Goldust looks like naked.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Apart from he's wearing, like, underpants.
You would hope.
I do. Well, to be fair, like, under big lights, you may have to let a fella breathe.
Okay, what are the odds? Do we think we're going to get the Rhodes dropped to the mat and punched to the face?
Was he doing that? I can't remember if he did that.
I can't remember if he did that in the 90s or not. Well, 97, sure, certainly.
Because Dusty's in... oh, no, never mind, because he just did a Dusty thing.
Sort of. Didn't do the elbow.
Yeah, but Dusty's in NWO at the time, so of course not.
Oh, God. No, what? No, I don't think he was quite in the NWO at this point. He was 98. He was like, fucking hell. Just pitching him across the ring.
I thought... Fucking... I'm surprised some of these moves Pillman's been putting out aren't done today. Like that.
I'm sorry, I know that we've said a lot about how much we can see of Goldust, but fucking hell. Marlene, oh, God, that looks awful. Oh.
And, like, now he's trying to sit on his face, that's just weird.
Jeez, how he hasn't hurt his neck there, I've got no idea.
Again,
what
much
a
like
contrived finish.
No, I think it was meant to be like Goldust rolls him up, Pillman would roll him back up, and then Marlene would hit him. But like because of the botch, they had to scramble for it.
That sunset flip looked absolutely vile. He got none of that.
That wasn't a aesthetically pleasing botch.
Why is the mannequin wearing pants? That's ridiculous.
Because it doesn't. To be fair, like we're going to see that mannequin again as number 5's boyfriend, girlfriend. So.
What would you give that then?
It's gone on for a high 7 until the ending, and now it's a 6.
Yeah, I completely agree. I agree.
Like,
honestly, we've had 2 spots there where I'm surprised there weren't worse injuries. Like Pillman coming off, like I think he was supposed to go crotch first onto the top rope and just missed it and ended up on the apron. And then that sunset flip spot looked vile, horrendous.
Oh, it's the Empire State Building.
Are they actually? They're advertising this New Jersey on this show, unlike WrestleMania, where they just call it the shadow of New York City, which is just.
In fact, but you have other time. You got King of the Ring. I bet that's fake.
I bet 20,213 people. WWF record at Continental Airlines Arena, which they've just advertised that they haven't done before or haven't done in ages because they had to get someone to come in and do it. Oh, is this the fucking Godwins?
Desperately trying to get ahead of the rest.
Oh,
It's like shit.
Oh
no.
God.
Oh no. I'm just going to get this out here right now. You support waving the Confederate flag. Just fuck off.
Yeah, of course, because you need some cheap heat. Good old Naked Midian, who could forget Naked. Oh, is it the Legion of Doom? Oh, okay. Oh my God!
Oh, Jesus Christ! See what though? The matches like that, where it's just like a big man fuckfest. I'll be into it.
Do you know what? I don't think I'm ever going to be into the Godwins, no matter what they do. They could pull off a 7-star classic, and are
you not a fan of the Goodwins, are you?
Love the fact the dungarees are already sweaty. Lovely. Who brings action figures to a wrestling show? Oh, yes.
We've been
Oh, it's just all of the testosterone. Oh, and we're going to get closer into the camera now and yell. What a rush! Is that like top 3 biggest pops? Not this on this show, well, obviously, but
no. But like SummerSlam '92, yeah.
Because even now you call it the Legion of Doom Pop. I reckon this.
Yeah.
I reckon Triple H when he comes back in 2002.
Brian at Mania 30.
Brian at Mania 30, obviously, yeah.
Okada when trousers off.
Yes. The Great Khali defending his title against Batista at SummerSlam 2007.
I was going to suggest we do 2007, but last time I suggested 2007, you and Gaff shouted at me. So...
Did we just boycott it for ages?
No, Gaff did.
Garth still has boycotted 2007. What happened in his life in 2007?
How old is his kids?
They're not 13, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah. No,
Rocker Schmiddy. What the fuck's that even mean?
Schmitty!
We built this Schmitty. Dum, dum. We built this Schmitty on Tootsie Rolls.
Did you just make a new girl reference?
I am making a new girl reference, yes. It makes me very happy that you knew that reference.
I've never finished it. I got like 5 seasons in. I'll tell you where you get to, spoilers for New Girl. You've seen all of New Girl, right? Yeah. So it does. I got to a point where Jess and Nick broke up.
Was the emotion just too much?
No, that's the thing. I was like, I don't want to have to live through these people having to try and live together. No, what really happened was, it's the same with so many things in my life. Exam season happened, so I just sort of dropped it and then forgot to pick it back up again.
Ah, fair enough. Can we just take a moment to appreciate Animal's tan? Why is Animal so fucking tan? Fucking hell. Jesus Christ. And there goes the ring apron. Those steel steps weigh 400 pounds.
I remember the show. Do you remember what show that was on? Because I was on when Mark Henry was world champion. Oh, Christ, the sweat. Actually, I don't think that's sweat.
I think it's probably water, yeah. I was just going to say, but he was like, that's an astonishing tan to go with this horrendous mullet.
The thing is, well, I know like the way people with long hair do it, because otherwise it goes all puffy and it becomes uncontrollable. I get that.
You've met me, mate. I don't have long hair.
No, I'm saying I get why they do it. What I don't get, for Rock, who has no hair, why is he always so wet?
That's true. So, looking at the Godwins, if you had a slightly shorter beard, you could be a Godwin.
I'm not racist.
I'm not a Confederate. Bloody hell, his Animal just flipped out of something and landed on his feet.
Yeah, well, it's about to take a bump, Rob.
Oh, yeah, this 997, they end up taking a bump, are they?
Well, it's cute of you to assume that the Road Warriors ever willingly took a bump. Like, I'm racking my brain, I can literally never think of when they bumped.
Phineas I. Godwin and Henry O. Godwin. Do you get it? Because they're pig farmers, pig and hog. Do you get it?
Do you want to have an over-under on how many bumps the Road Warriors will take collectively in this match? Because they haven't took any yet.
Hawk sort of took a bump, but it was because he did a diving clothesline off the apron.
That doesn't count. Self-inflicted bumps don't count.
Okay, I'm going to go 3.
I'm going to go 1.
1 bump. Okay.
I should have done the Price is Right thing and said 2.
It is baffling how over the LOD are.
Yeah. Look, he didn't even fly back like he normally would. He just went down to a... It's hard watching any Road Warriors match after the dark side of the ring. Actually, that's just like so many people now.
Yeah. It was...
It's weird.
Knowing what Hawk was going through...
Yeah.
It's just mental. Chopperty. I mean, to be fair, has he been thrown off the Titantron yet?
No, that was next year.
Oh, was it? Was that 98?
Yeah. That was LOD 2000. What was it with 1998 and calling everything 2000?
Techno Team 2000. The best name in the world.
But it wasn't just WWF though. Like fucking Pulp's biggest hit happened in like 98, and that was
living it up in the year 2000. We're all fully grown. I've got a mate who looks exactly like Jarvis Cocker, like the spitting image.
To be fair, I know someone who looks exactly like no, doesn't look like, who walks like Liam Gallagher. Like he's trying to be Liam Gallagher.
I think that's just anyone from Manchester.
But he's
sorry, I'm just laughing at Hawk after blatantly missing the tag, so I'm just going to boot him in the face anyway. So Hawk, no bumps there in his little bit, not one.
Will Animal be more generous? We both know that's not the case.
Well, who was the better worker, Hawk or Animal? Because I think it was Animal.
I think Animal was more solid. I think it's sort of like the Matt and Jeff thing, where Hawk was more flashy, but Animal was more solid.
Are you saying that purely based on the fact that he's the one that jumps off the top rope in the Doomsday Device?
Yes.
Basing that on that one move.
And he fell off the Titantron that one time.
This one time? On the Titantron?
Here's the thing though, like, LOD are like a legendary tag team. I can't think of one amazing match.
I imagine quite a lot of their NWA stuff was decent.
Yeah, but like that's like someone going, this Akira Tozawa guy, I don't understand the hype, and me going, well, Dragon Gate.
Is that one bump being taken over the top? Are we counting that?
We did not see how he landed.
Oh, don't pull him by the ponytail. You Confederate bastard. That's not a bump. You are not having that, Animal. That was an awful bump.
You landed in front of a guardrail and pretended it hit you.
Captain Lou Albano!
Captain Lou Albano!
What the fuck is he doing here? Benny.
You know what I kind of want to do next time we do a watch along, but I don't know how we're going to do it, is bring along someone who's never watched wrestling before. And then we're just sitting here making references the whole time.
I honestly have no idea what's going on in this match, just because I'm trying to count the bumps.
Yeah, no, exactly. I don't expect to score at the end of this match because, like, I'm just seeing there's been none so far.
It's certainly not been the most exciting match, has it?
No, like I've seen Ascension matches more exciting.
Well, have you ever seen LOD and Ascension in the same ring? Or are they just...
Didn't they...
Yeah, they got chewed out by them, but that's beside the point.
Well, not by them. Hawk was dead at that point.
Well, no, by Animal and... Heidenreich?
JBL. Heidenreich? I wonder if he's still alive.
Heidenreich is still alive, yeah.
Oh, does he still wrestle?
I've no idea. Heidenreich was part of LOD, wasn't he, at one point?
Yeah, he was LOD 2005.
Of course he was.
The ones who were feuding with Eminem.
Do you remember when Heidenreich had that high-profile feud with The Undertaker? Because he's big, and obviously he needs to feud with The Undertaker. If you're over 6 foot, you are feuding with The Undertaker at some point.
Heidenreich is... I only know Heidenreich from Survivor Series 2004 because I had that on DVD. That's literally all I know Heidenreich from.
Is that when it's heavily implied that he rapes Michael Cole?
No, that was a random SmackDown.
Just a random SmackDown. I know what's going to draw ratings. Let's have Heidenreich assimilate prison sex with Michael Cole.
Some of the biggest gimmicks of all time include sexual assaults. Gorgeous George.
The Godfather.
Yeah.
Val Venus.
Is that well? Yeah, Val Venus. Goldust.
Make the tag to Hawk.
Shawn Michaels, he molested the Canadian flag.
That's true.
Oh, come on.
There is absolutely no way that Animal cannot make that tag.
That was the worst hot tag ever.
Crowd like it, though.
I I mean, no, I mean, I don't mean in terms of what Hawk's doing. What Hawk's doing is fairly exciting. I mean, like, in terms of the selling before the tag.
Oh, I see.
By the way, if Hawk, like, trips up or something, that does not count as a bump.
Okay, so we're at the moment, we are still on none. No bumps taken by the Legion of Doom.
We can't say they're not smart workers. I bet he lands on his ass here. Anything to avoid a back bump.
Okay, I have a question. Which name do you prefer? Legion of Doom or the Road Warriors?
To be honest, both just remind me of different medias.
Yeah, fair enough.
Road Warrior, I just think of Mad Max, which I guess is the point, but like when I hear Legion of Doom, I just think, meanwhile, in the Legion of Doom.
Here we go. No. Shot block, or just push, one of the two. Do we call that a Doomsday device, or we just call that a Doom? You know, we did it on one of them.
I thought you were going to have to be called that. Oh, fuck, he's going to do a spike Piledriver.
Oh my god, he actually is.
Ooh.
Oh! 1, 2, 3. I genuinely thought he was going to kick out then. I was like, of a spike Piledriver in 97?
I guess they gave away the Doomsday device on free TV, so they had to think of something. That's always the weirdest thing when we give away, like, I know it's not WWE, but it always sticks out in mind, is ICW leading up to the biggest show of the year, Fear and Loathing. This is in 2018. And Kaylee Ray and Viper were going to have, like, a death match. And one of the biggest spots of the match was a Canadian Destroyer, which they gave away on a random show in Aberdeen.
Aberdeen, of all places.
Yeah, it was their first Aberdeen show, to be fair.
What would you rate that then, Chris?
That was 3. It wasn't good.
I mean, I was going to give it 4, if I'm being honest.
I'd give it 4 if any of the Road Warriors bumped.
All right, let's give it a 3 then. It's a 1.5 in Meltzer speak. Can we just talk about JR's bow tie? It is beautiful.
What a man.
Love the fact that we are advertising New Jersey by showing the airport and a means of leaving.
That's my favourite joke about it. Was like, it's called John Lennon Airport because that's the first place he went when he got a bit of money. Oh, look at that bald ass man. Is that just incredible?
I don't know, but what is going on?
This is the best day of that 12-year-old's life.
He's loving life, isn't he?
He does not know what to do right now, does he? And his dad's there going, yeah.
I'm touching Sonny.
And then, like, Sable's there, and he's like, I don't know what to do.
$1 million
this woman
chance.
Looks like...
What's this? Oh, is this just is it literally just a television game?
Yeah, we've had weird games before. Like, on the lead up to, I think it was TakeOver Brooklyn last year. At the end of TakeOver Brooklyn, they ended a video game tournament, and the crowd was booing the guy who won. Because he beat AJ Styles.
Who would you take, like, if you are a company? I would take Tammy over Sable every single time.
What for?
Because, like, just look at this, right? Tammy, yeah, sure, it's a shit little, like, TV game thing that's a bit shit. But at least Tammy has some fucking personality. There is literally nothing different between Sable and that fucking casket she's leaning on. Look at her.
We're not saying she wouldn't, ladies and gentlemen, but all I can say is that I can see a certain Mr. Jesus Christ nailed to her. Yeah, thing is with Sonny, she's trying herself to be a good valet. Like, remember her ECW?
Oh, God, yeah. Just stealing the paper off Todd Pettengill. That's just playground bullying. What the fuck are we watching?
I'm not quite sure because I've not.
Is
been
this just
paying
a
attention.
raffle? Are we watching a raffle?
It's a raffle.
Oh.
Oh Christ! It's million.
Oh my God!
This is basically $1 million.
What is going? Oh, for God's sake!
Did you hear that? You want to hold that a little lower?
Pangil, you weasel!
You dirty old
Is this
sucker.
why this show's nearly 3 hours long? Because nobody answers the fucking phone.
Can this end, please?
Amazing! This is. Why? Why? Nobody's here for the raffle, Todd. Why is there a casket there? What is going on?
Actually, my local Fed had a show based around a raffle. It's called "It's All About the Raffle" because the tagline for Discovery Wrestling is "It's all about the wrestling."
This is what the fuck is happening here?
I kind of want Tammy Sitch to take the mic off of Pet and go and start introducing Candido. 220 of the hardest pounds I've ever felt.
Is your phone ringing? Please, for the love of God, pick up.
Even Sunny is running out of energy, and Tammy's running out of energy, and she was doing coke with Shawn Michaels in the back. So. Christ, you are right though. Sable has contributed nothing.
What the fuck is going on?
Please, I hate you. Why does something like this always happen?
I honestly do not understand what is going on. Like, there are 100 keys there. And let's be honest, nobody there in that entire arena gives a fuck if they win $1 million. They are staring at Tammy's arse and Tammy's tits. Those are literally what they're staring at. And I know it's Sunny, but it's Tammy's a real name.
Look, I bet you're one of those people who call Kevin Owens Kevin Steen.
But do you see what I mean? Like, at least Sunny is doing... It's a shit angle, but at least she's doing something with it.
For the reason she's the most downloaded person in 1996, as I keep getting fucking told.
Sunny or Sable?
Sunny.
Seriously, how? How the fuck is this still going on?
This is longer than the fucking...
This is longer than the Mankind match.
LOD match.
Are we literally going to carry on until someone wins a... There's 100 fucking keys.
This is the kind of shit I had to do during my internship.
This is up there within your house, winning a house. Oh, at least they've picked up. Fucking hell. She's great! She's got more charisma than Sable, and she's not even on the fucking show. Why is it a coffin? Is it a coffin because Undertaker's in the main event? Is that why? Please, for the love of all that's holy, please be this fucking key.
Number 14.
14, okay. Sable couldn't give a fuck, so why should we?
14, the approximate amount of...
Oh,
no!
For God's sake!
Oh! I earlier this week...
They get $5,000 for answering their phone. What the fuck is this nonsense?
Earlier this week...
Right. Come on, small child, whose name I missed. Cletus?
Please win $1 million.
Come on, Cletus. Come on, Cletus Chadwick.
I wash myself with a rag on a stick.
Oh, mate, he is fucking seething, isn't he? Look at him. Oh my God, he's going to cry. No, he's not. He's got a hug from Sable. He's absolutely fucking fine. Look at him.
Can someone hand this 12-year-old boy a pillow?
Look at him. He has not smiled that much. Who's this? I hope he doesn't win. Actually, no, that's a lie. I hope he does win. Oh, no. Well, good, as long as this was all fucking worth it. Jesus.
I'm glad we didn't waste the last 10 minutes of our lives. Oh, I do not care.
So, hang on. Are we actually... That kid's like, oh, I was so close with my 52. So, hang on. All this was completely pointless because they're going to open it now to
I bet you...
I bet Undertaker's in there.
It's gotta be Kane. Imagine if $1 Million Man was in there.
It's Ted DiBiase. Give it a couple of years, Sable. You'll sue the company for that much.
Ooh. That's tasty.
Ooh, Ken Shamrock versus Davey Boy.
There's no building versus British Bulldog.
Oh, yes. Of course. Of course.
Beef!
Look at the size of Davey Boy Smith's arms.
He stole... You know what Bulldog did? He stole Stu Hart's wife. I'm not even joking.
What?
He stole Stu Hart's wife.
Is that how Diana Hart was?
No, not Stu. Stu's the dad.
That's what I got really confused over.
Bruce. He stole Bruce Hart's wife. And his kids. But only... apart from, he has one disabled kid who he sent back. Which I think is a bit disgusting. Well, it is a bit... It's
not a bit disgusting. It's vile, that is. That's awful.
Yeah. It's awful. I mean, he just went off, did smack and died, so...
I miss Davey Boy.
We used to hate him at school because he carried a Union Jack around.
What's up with that?
I'm Scottish.
Well, you know, I mean, I'm not being funny, but you know, you're basically an extension of England, so deal with it. I was like, come on. Right, who do we think is winning this match?
Shamrock can never hold the European title, so...
Do we think it'll be a DQ victory for Mr. DBS?
I reckon it's Bulldog.
Yeah, I'm getting Bulldog. Oh, yeah, because of course. Because he's called the British Bulldog. One night only.
Oh, one night only. I only know one night only because it's in the WWE 13.
Hang on. Sorry. They're advertising Shawn Michaels versus British Bulldog for the European Championship before Bulldog's match with Shamrock for the European Championship.
Nothing in this advertising says it's for the European title.
Bullshit.
Dog food.
If you don't listen to this music properly, it sort of sounds like Ultimate Warriors. Dun, 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 dun.
I thought that for a sec.
It's the drums at the start, I think.
It's sort of like how Austin's theme sounds like Razor Ramones. Ding, 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 ding.
It does if you slow it down.
Yeah.
There's a lot of meat in this ring. Oh, hello. Bloody hell.
I like how MMA fighters do suplexes. Like, MMA fighters who become wrestlers.
Yeah, there's no nonsense with it, is there? At all.
Yeah, they're just sort of like, well, why would I pretend?
And thump.
Oof. Ken Shamrock's one of those people who is infinitely watchable but has never put on a great match.
was trying to think if there have been any decent Ken Shamrock match. He had a couple of good matches with The Rock. Mania 14, I think he had a good match with The Rock, but like it wasn't blow away. Oh, hello.
That was
a lovely little roll, lovely little transition.
If that happened in New Japan, it would be Gift to Oblivion.
Meltzer 5 stars.
Sorry, it's not in Tokyo.
Okay. I love the fact that in this match, Davey Boy Smith couldn't look more like his son if he tried. Do you not think he looks like Harry in this?
He could be wearing stupid. Well, I'd hope he would. Yeah, a wee bit. The only difference is Harry's a bit more. Well, he was a bit more pudgy in his later days in New Japan.
Was he?
And like now he's fucking a wee bit. Like before, like when Killer Elite Squad wasn't getting pushed, he kind of didn't seem to care.
Oh, fair enough.
Where is he now? Isn't it? He was going to be in the Champion Carnival this year. Was old Harry
He
Smith.
was. I believe he's just sort of bobbing around in MLW.
Yeah, he was in the new Hart Foundation, but then Teddy Hart got in trouble. Of course he did.
Of course he did. Because who's it's in? Is he in AEW or has he just had a match in AEW? Pillman's son.
They just book him sometimes. Yeah, Pillman. We just book him on Dark sometimes.
Oh, I see. Oh, that's so. I mean, that is so impressive. Not as impressive as when he does it on Vader, but.
I know, like, I couldn't do that.
Well, no, neither could I, but I'm also not a trained professional wrestler.
That we know of.
Well, yeah, I might just be, after all these years.
I like how there's someone with, like, a soccer ball on their T-shirt in the crowd.
Or just a football?
Yeah, just a football. Like, he's on the hard cam.
Are you sure it's not an Austin skull?
No, but the black bit's in the wrong place.
I hate the fact that it's a dog food match.
They're both so legitimate. Apart from the tassels. Like,
yeah, the tassels sort of give it away.
But, like, yeah, Shamrock.
They love Lawler's British commentary. What time is it in Britain? Who the fuck cares, Jerry? Yep.
What time would it have been? It'd be like... It would start around 12 and about an hour in, so it'd be like 1 a.m.
I don't know how far we are actually into this pay-per-view, to be fair.
You looking forward to SummerSlam next week?
I'm looking forward to Orton versus McIntyre, because I think the build for that has been great.
I don't even know the card. I haven't been paying attention at all.
I must admit, that is the only match that I actually know of. In fact, whilst we're talking about this, I shall Google it now. So SummerSlam.
I know Anarchists attacked SmackDown or something.
I think you'll find they're called Retribution.
The only thing I've really watched on WWE Weekly TV this year is I've watched a couple of weeks of NXT leading up to TakeOver, so I'm in the loop of stories. And I watched... It's weird, for a spell, when Danny Bryan was having like 15, 20-minute matches every week, I'd click on SmackDown, skip to his match, and then not watch it the rest of it.
Yeah, that's reasonable. So far the card... Sorry, we will get back to talking about Shamrock, who's now bleeding from the mouth. The current card, 7 matches have been announced. We have got Strowman versus The Fiend for the Universal Championship.
Happening? Who won at Extreme Rules?
I don't know, but it got absolutely panned. I didn't watch it. You've got Bayley versus the winner of a triple brand battle royale, so we could have someone from NXT, bloody hell, challenging for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Sasha Banks versus Asuka, which, if that's allowed to breathe, that's going to be fucking great, because it was a good match at Extreme Rules.
From what I've heard at the Extreme Rules match, I haven't seen it, but like it was really good until it wasn't.
It was really good up until the finish, yeah. We've got Dominic Mysterio versus Seth, which, oddly, I am looking forward to. Dominic Mysterio's looked pretty good when he's been on TV. Apollo Crews versus MVP, the match we didn't get at Extreme Rules because Apollo Crews had COVID, supposedly.
No.
What the hell happened then?
Was that a botch?
It certainly looked like a botch. I think it was supposed to be a DDT, and then just Shamrock sort of fell on him.
I'm not going onto the stats, brother.
Not for me, brother. Obviously, McIntyre versus Orton, and then another match that's got a lot of potential, but it's WWE, so I'm not holding my breath. Street Profits versus Andrade and Angel Garza for the tag straps.
That could be good. Street Profits need someone Street Profits aren't workers, they're entertainers.
No, I think that's unfair. I think in ring they have improved massively. I think their shtick is very much very much in the entertainment. I'm very, very much being put off by the fact that I can see all of Shamrock's arse. Well, his pants.
No, to be fair, that's so, and I don't mean this in a sexual way. That's solid. I don't know. I feel like if you threw Shamrock's ass at a window, the window would smash.
More dog food.
Oh, and it's a woke.
God.
Oh, it's a woken.
Oh no, he's going skits.
For an MMA fight, he has some shit work punches.
Quick, get the dog food, Shamrock. That's what he wants. Oh.
What? Oh, that's a DQ.
Oh my God, has that genuinely just been a DQ?
Yep.
Oh my God.
You would have had to pay 50 quid for this back in the day.
I do love when Shamrock goes fucking skits, but what the fuck? Have we really just had a DQ because he hit him with some dog food?
Well, it was the can.
Oh no.
1997, Pokemon Stadium would have just come out, the Nintendo 64. So he probably just wants to rush home and play that.
I hate that. I absolutely hate that.
What, Pokemon Coliseum? Yeah, or Stadium. Yeah, it's not the best.
Oh, that's such a disappointment.
Yeah, that's...
So Bulldog wins via dog food DQ.
This was another good match that was spoiled by the end.
I mean, it was all right. There was nothing blowaway. I mean, we've literally just watched this match, Chris. And yes, admittedly, we're talking about SummerSlam 2020 through a lot of it. But can you remember a spot from this match?
There was a really nice ankle lock roll through.
I will grant you that looked quite good. That's it. I'm not giving it a decent score because of that.
That was a really good suplex from Shamrock.
The MMA suplex, it was all right. I mean, what are you thinking out of 10?
I don't even know how to rate this. Probably 3 or 4.
I'd give it. I think it's better than the LOD Godwin's match.
Yeah, I'd give it a 4. I think it's on the lower end of average.
Yeah, I do. Like I say, I do enjoy when they have him just periodically snap like he did on The Rock.
That should have been on Raw, not on fucking SummerSlam.
Oh, that's not that. In no way if we just watched a pay-per-view level match.
Oh, Patterson, getting the payday.
Quick, give me some screen time.
Jesus Christ.
It's still happening.
This reminds me of you know how people are still convincing themselves that Shibata can come back one day?
Yeah.
It's a weird wide discussion to be had, but he was like,
suplexes for everyone! Gerald Briscoe, have a
like,
suplex!
I was like, dude almost died, why do you think he's going to come back? And he's like, you can't die from concussions. I'm like, sure, you can't die from repeated head trauma. I'm like, why do you think they pull fighters away during an MMA match and someone gets knocked out? And he was like, since when was MMA and wrestling the same thing?
I remember you saying about this. I remember your little feud.
Yeah, although one thing about this, I saw someone go, people get annoyed when I talk about MMA and wrestling having different skill sets, and that's not even an aversion on either one. That's just true.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong you've said there. They have some of the skills are transferable, certainly, but to say that they are the same is wrong. You have to be able to work a punch without hurting someone, whereas the main point of MMA is to hurt someone.
It's not just that, conditioning is different. And it's proven by the fact that how many wrestlers can you think of that have winning MMA records?
Bobby Lashley.
Yeah, like Lashley, like people who are like already inherently special are good at both.
Am I right in thinking that Lesnar is 4-3?
I do not. I don't know his record off the top of his head. I just not look how he's walking.
Honestly, though, he's so jacked. I love the fact that he's just. I have fucked everything up. I'm going backstage. I might well have killed both men. Oh, how high is Shawn Michaels? Hang on. Let's listen. Let's hear how high he is.
You can't hear it in the voice, but you can see it in the eyes. I think he's on a come down. Impartial, unbiased, fair. He just said the same thing 3 times.
They're all the same thing. They're synonyms. Has he just gone? Has he just gone to lean on Pettingill and missed?
Yeah, I think he. I don't think he's high. I literally think he's on a come down. Sean is on a come down. Sean is on a come down. Nah. What the fuck is that? Hi, Dennis.
Hi, Dennis Dale. Gale, DJ. Some of these signs are fucking epic.
At least it's not as bad as the guy holding a sign in a ECW show saying, I hate... Oh, JR's Bell's palsies get really bad around this time, isn't it?
Bloke.
It's not as bad on Capital Punishment the next year. He found out his mum died before the show and still called the show.
He's just the best. He really is. And I know that he's obviously... I know that he struggles now, but in this era, the Attitude Era, the Ruthless Aggression Era, he was the best. Oh, Gang Wars, yay! Oh.
Los
Boricuas, and they're not Aces and Eights. What are they called? The DOA.
DOA and the Nation of Domination. To be fair, the Nation of Domination are still incredibly relevant today, which is extremely sad. I like how we took a bunch of essentially civil rights activists and made them hooks in the Nation of Domination.
The Disciples of Apocalypse.
I don't like anything to do. I've never watched any biker-related media and liked it.
The Aces and Eights storyline in TNA had some really, really, really good bits.
I mean in like the wider...
Oh, you mean like Sons of Anarchy and shit like that?
Yeah, I fucking hate Sons of Anarchy. I can't get into it.
There are some fucking questionable tattoos going on, aren't there?
But some questionable attires as well.
Not enough people dress in red onesies with white slacks.
Onesies?
You know what I mean. Oh my god, no, not the bike!
Oh no. Do you remember when, didn't someone once piss on Undertaker's bike? Lesnar pissed on Undertaker's bike.
Let's be honest. Of anyone in the WWE/WWF, who do you think was brave enough to do that? to piss in Undertaker's bike? Oh, this is... I mean, we had Los Boricuas, we had DOA, we had the Nation of Domination, we had DX, we had... what were they called? The ones that came out to Insane Clown Posse. The Misfits.
What was Mick Foley's one?
No, what were they called? The Misfits?
Yeah,
John Tenter and his Cartman dog.
Yeah, I know who you're on about. I just can't remember who it is.
Golga.
The Radicals one, but no, not the
No,
Radicals.
they didn't come until 2000.
Mick Foley faction. Because I know Mick Foley had a faction at one point.
Did he?
No. Was... What?
He didn't, did he? Have a faction?
Yeah, he did. In the Attitude Era, he had a faction.
No.
He did. It had like Big Show and Steve Blackman.
Oh, I can just tell this man. There was a sign there. I don't know if you saw that, Chris. It just said "nice ass." Sure.
Well, then, you've done it now. You've gone and made a big mistake, and I can't allow. Jesus Christ! I don't know any of these people.
Skull, 8-Ball, Crush.
Oh, is Crush in there?
Crush the leader.
Oh.
They literally just did it. They literally just did this whole thing on how they got ejected from the Nation of Domination. Not Crush, but...
I'm not being funny. These guys aren't exactly the Nation's...
Where are they going? Come back! You've got a match!
We need to park their motorbikes. Okay. Surely it's illegal to ride a bike indoors.
That's Crush, isn't it? The one with the really, really terrible face tattoo. Why have they got tassels on the handlebars?
Because they borrowed it from their nephew. Bikes, brah. Making kids die, brah.
Well, they're not going to... How is that a surprise attack? They ran down the ramp.
Because you know what bikers do a lot? Run. I already know this isn't going to be good.
I am not looking forward to this match. Can you name me any, apart from Savio Vega, can you name me any of the Disciples of Apocalypse? Yes, he was a very hairy man, wasn't he?
Yeah, that's Luther from Umbrella.
Oh, sorry, Los Boricuas. Can you tell me any of the members of Los Boricuas?
I don't know how to spell it, so I can't even Google it. I was trying to stall so I could Google it.
You're stalling for time so you can Google it.
Then I realised I don't know how to spell Los Boricuas. So...
Just Google Savio Vega.
I'm sorry. It's very hard not to observe that most of these people look like they weren't wrestlers and they were just picked off because they looked vague. Los Boricuas look because they look vaguely Latino, and DOA because they look vaguely bikerish.
I'm not.
Have you ever noticed, when do you ever have random, bike? I don't think you can call them gangs really, but biker groups going through stuff. Because we get them through here sometimes, and there's inevitably always one old cunt on a tricycle.
I love the fact that you're calling him an old cunt, but if he came past you, you would absolutely shit yourself.
I mean, yeah, the engine's loud and they don't like loud noises, but seriously, how hairy is that man?
He is right. I'm going to Google Los Boricuas. I can't even say the name, so the chance of me actually being able to... I think it's...
I'm not being... I'm not exactly clean-shaven, but I'm not that fucking hairy.
It's immediately come up with Los Burritos, which is a restaurant in Boston. I mean...
We should go there.
What, Boston or Los Burritos?
Well, maybe if WrestleMania is held in Boston.
That is the dream one day.
To be fair, I imagine one day I'm just going to go fuck it and choose a Mania. I think it's right.
Say again, sorry?
I think it's just Mecca for wrestling fans. You just need to do a Mania weekend weekend.
Okay, so... Los Boricuas. We have Savio Vega.
We
have Miguel Perez. We have Jose Estrada Jr.
Oh, I'm sure Senior's very happy with that. That was very cool.
It was. And Jesus Castillo.
Why do I feel like they're not their real names and they just took a bunch of vaguely Hispanic sounding syllables
they're all
and put
Puerto
them
Rican.
together? Oh.
Every single one of them is Puerto Rican. Yeah, and I didn't realise Savio Vega was. I don't know why I thought Savio Vega was from Honduras, but there we are.
The guy with the hair in Los
The guy
Feliz,
with the hair. The guy with the hair. Him.
On the far right.
Oh, the guy that's...
the one of the... He looks like Carlton from Fresh Prince.
I can't get over how much fucking body hair he has.
Me either. Like...
They look...
Surely just on a cleanliness level, get rid of it.
Like the gear and the shoes make them look like a tap dancing troupe.
Yeah.
Don't they? I just half expect them to turn into to just burst into song.
Genuine question.
Oh, holy shit, guys. I love that there's one guy behind him. Look at the guy in the crowd who's just tagging along with him.
Holy shit, it's like Ahmed Johnson.
There's just members of the crowd just following on. Amazing.
Tell you what, though, in terms of star power, Nation of Domination isn't too bad. You have Farouk, you have
D'Lo Brown,
Mustafa, D'Lo Brown, and were you watching TNA in 2012, 2013? Right. So when we were building up the Aces and Eight storyline, we were trying to hide the fact that D'Lo was in it, despite the fact that D'Lo Brown has a very distinctively shaped
Oh, during
head.
the Aces and Eight storyline, yes, I do remember that.
Yeah. So it was like, oh, who is this weirdly D'Lo Brown-shaped man? It's the same when we made Christopher Daniels Suicide, because he has a very distinctively shaped head.
Chris, I'm going to call it now. I've got a horrible feeling that we've just endured this 8-man tag, and it's going to end in a DQ.
A double DQ.
Which means that we'll have had 2 matches out of 2 that have ended in double DQ.
I'm starting to miss the days of the raffle, to be honest. I feel like the crowd popped more for the raffle. So, like, quite frankly, in terms of this warfare, because, like, the DOA is basically just Crush and his biker friends. Los Feliz is Savio Vega with his friends from Puerto Rico.
Yes.
I think Nation of Domination might be... Because, like, literally these two just came up because, well, us white guys and us Hispanics should have a group. Why do only the black guys get a group? Tell you what, though. Both Ahmed Johnson and Farouk are imposing, looking for it. Actually, they all are. Actually, no, not D'Lo Brown. D'Lo Brown looks too nice.
What is it? I mean, it's hard to call this a match, isn't it? I mean, partly because apart from the Harris twins and Brian Adams, who's Crush, I don't know, and Savio Vega, don't know anyone else in the match.
I now have some of 69 stuck in my head.
Be a very, very different song if Crush sang it.
I got my first six-string
bruh. Honestly, you can't see his chest.
Okay. I have a genuine question. Do you reckon he shampoos his body hair? Because, like...
Well, it's an interesting question. Do bald people need to use shampoo?
Oh, I know this because Simon Miller brought it up once. Yes, they do, because they still get dandruff.
There you go. Friend of the show, Simon Miller, by the way. Go and check out our interview with Simon Miller from about a year ago, 18 months ago. Lovely man.
It was before Mania.
It was.
When he was feuding with Tama for some
when Ming
reason.
almost fucking killed him.
Oh, yeah.
I say Ming, Haku.
I miss 2019. Mostly because I could go outside.
By the way, I know this is going to date this completely, but how far are you away from that train crash?
Oh, that's up in the north. I'm way away from that.
Well, fucking awful.
But, like, yeah. Oh, it's been awful in Scotland. There was flooding earlier this week.
I did see that. Oh, that looked...
That's what caused the derailment, because the flooding caused the landslide. But, like, the flooding wasn't too far from here either. Up in Tyson Pan, just like 20 miles away from here, there was flooding.
Yeah.
But it was also, like, fucking 20 degrees. It was weird.
You ought to have seen the... Oh, my God. Hello. Don't punch him too hard. You'll injure Ahmed Johnson.
Oh, what the fuck? Oh, to be fair, that was a very safe pile driver.
That looked the safest pile driver in the world.
But, like, to be fair, it also looks kind of cool. So, to be fair, look at Ahmed Johnson. He's just built to be a wrestler, and then he just wasn't.
He just kept getting injured at the most inopportune moments.
There's so many people like that, like Wade Barrett's
Has that literally just ended the match? Are you being serious?
There's someone in the crowd with a BWO shirt.
And now brawling. Brawling.
Brought to the back. I bet they're going to forget their motorcycles.
I can't come back for him. I'm not going to lie, Chris. This was dog shit.
But yeah, I failed to call it a match, to be honest.
I give it 2.
Look at Los Pericos walking away, high-fiving.
An elbow drop. Not even a top rope elbow drop finished this off. These are supposed to be your hardcore gangs. And a standing elbow drop finished it.
The in-between is more imposing gangs than these fuckers.
Yeah, of all the members of the Nation of Domination...
Okay,
here we go. Really? Really? What?
No, he missed.
He missed?
Guessed it.
Is he going to have to slingshot now?
He's wheeling around because he can't put his feet up, otherwise he'll fall over.
He's doing that thing that kids do when they can't ride a bike without stabilizers.
Yeah, well, you say kids, I do that. But, I'm joking, I can ride a bike sometimes. Depends how much drink I've had.
Oh, God, this was dull. This was dull as dishwater.
I hope something good happens soon.
Well, this was the entire basis for Survivor.
It's this one.
It was this match. It was this SummerSlam.
Oh, no. Robert.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
I now have to see Steve Austin almost die.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
You know what my SummerSlam doesn't have? Steve Austin almost dying.
Oh, man, I said I was sorry.
Sorry's not enough. You keep doing this to me.
I mean, we must be near the end of the show then now, because I'm sure it's this and then the main event.
We have an hour left.
We have an hour... How do we have an hour left?
There will probably be a filler.
You mean like doing a fucking TV show, like a game show in the middle of it?
And also, you have to remember that we do have an Undertaker entrance to go.
That is true. Yeah, but it's Ministry Taker. Well, it's not quite Ministry Taker, is it?
It's not, no, Ministry isn't until like mid-98.
It's still peak Taker as well, as far as like look goes for me.
2007 Taker is always going to be it for me. He looks so imposing. I mean, I was 10, but still.
Mate, anything would have been imposing to you at the age of 10.
Oh, the Great Khali scared the shit out of me because we did this camera angle where we looked up at him and I'm like, oh my god, he's so tall. Owen Hart actually does look like he could kick your ass.
Was this a kiss my ass match?
No, it wasn't. This is better than Bret's theme, man. Come at me.
I love the fact he used to come out with those slammies. That's fucking class.
King of Losers. Ooh.
Oh, you.
Ooh.
Oh.
Like we're far away from the Attitude Era right now. Look at Austin in front of the American flag.
Stone Cold rules. Owen sucks. American man and proud of it. Good, yeah.
It's a lost art, isn't it? A sign.
They can't use. I'm sorry. They can't really use the whole. Oh, he was the 1994 King of the Ring winner as an accolade when your last King of the Ring winner was fucking Mabel.
No, the last.
Oh no, the last one was Triple H. Yeah.
I meant Austin before that.
But even so, fucking
just
Mabel
stopped from 1994 till 1997. To be fair, that's how WWE would often have you believe. Oh, it's Michael Cole.
Oh, just hit him with a stunner, Steve. Piss off, Michael!
Do you remember when during his heel turn when he kept going, I was a broadcast journalist in Iraq?
God, fucking idiot.
We're doing this so you don't see them setting up the glass, I'm going to assume.
Yeah, I assume so.
I'm going to just... There's no glass.
Oh, okay.
That's a cool shot, though. I quite like that. I like the entrance that's just like a straight shot out. You don't really get that now. Yeah, you come from the side.
You just don't have people like that in wrestling anymore. People who are legitimately cool. People who, like, fans legitimately look up to. Like, we were spoiled in this era because we had Austin and The Rock.
Oh, is this Rob's old man speech?
No, but, like, Eric Bischoff has recently come out and said, like, we haven't had a legitimate star of wrestling since John Cena. And he's absolutely 100% right. He is.
I think part of that is because WWE are the tastemakers and they've been desperate to make another scene. Like, if you noticed, like, in the years between Hulk Hogan and this, there was, like, 5 years where there was no one. Because they were so desperate to make another Hogan that they didn't capitalise on people properly.
It's just...
Like, so, like... Because someone like Cena, that fell onto WWE's lap. The Rock and Austin, that fell onto WWE's lap. Hulk Hogan fell onto their lap.
I think as well, they want it to be their homegrown star, because for me, if you want to talk about stars at the moment in current WWE, you've got Drew McIntyre, who could be your number one star, who they are doing stuff with, but aside from that, you have got fucking Keith Lee. Use Keith Lee.
Keith Lee is so, like, he makes me like NXT.
He's charismatic.
Oh, fine.
He's fucking hell. Jesus, that was a stiff bump. What velocity! Oh, my God.
I got slightly annoyed, right? Because during the ICW, back in, like, 2017, Joe Coffey was facing outsiders in weekly TV and only faced ICW guys on big shows. He was like,
I thought you meant the outsiders, like National. Just every week.
So early in the year at a What Culture show, I saw Moose versus Coffee, right? Great match. And then ICW were doing an Edinburgh show, so I'm like, oh cool, I'll go along to that. And then for that, they had Moose again, and I'm like, really? Because they had Keith Lee down in fucking Wales. And like, where does Wales get Keith Lee?
Just listen to that. It's astronomical.
I mean, like, you do get astronomical chance nowadays, to be fair.
Yeah, but they're all smarky.
Yeah, but, like, think of all the people who got massively, massively over and WWE just squandered.
Yeah, Ziggler, Dolph Ziggler, Zack Ryder.
They even tried to squander, like, Punk and Bryan. Like, WWE just don't like it when someone who they didn't intend to get over. And, like, you sort of saw it with Austin, like, because he won the Rumble and then somehow didn't end up in the main event.
97. No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did win the Rumble in 97.
No, I mean, he didn't end up in the main event. So it was WrestleMania 13, so that was Taker versus Sid.
Yeah, like, how the fuck did you even get there? Oh,
No. That's why. No. It's 97 was the Rumble where Austin, in inverted commas, won.
Oh, right, yeah, because he got thrown out and went back. Okay, yeah.
And then we had the...
that fell away because John lost his smile.
Yeah, In Your House Fatal 4-Way. Final 4, which is in the archives. Go and check it out, the review. That led to the Fatal 4-Way between Austin, Vader, Taker, and Bret. So Bret won the title and technically the Rumble then. So that's why they managed to get Austin out of the main event, because Bret and Austin then feuded. Taker won the title off Sid because Sid won it off Bret. There you go.
I'm sorry, it's very weird seeing Austin chain wrestle. Like
he was an underrated worker. People just assume he was a brawler.
Well, the thing is, he was a brawler after this because his neck was fucked.
Yeah, we are about to see. Like, I've seen the bump, obviously, but I've never actually seen the match.
No, because the only match I ever watched knowing that someone got injured going into it was Takahashi versus Dragon Lee. That's because I had to review it.
Yeah, I've watched the bump. I haven't watched the actual match.
Because you were going to join me on that one. This is when I was still hosting the Young Lion on my own, and then when that happened, you're like, nah, I'm out.
Yeah, tagging out, buddy.
Oh no, I don't know why I'm going with a hand selling when I know what's going to happen later. To be fair, you know that Austin did the same thing to Chono.
What, dropped him on his neck?
The same move.
What,
yeah,
the spine power? The sit-out pile driver? Yeah.
Austin broke Chono's neck doing that, and that's why Chono became brawler.
Did not know that.
So, literally, it was like in 1993, I believe. Hang on, when did Chono have that absolutely awful match with Rick Rude on WCW? It was early 90s, and Chono was this technical wizard, and then he couldn't do it anymore because Austin dropped him on his neck in the same way that Owen's going to do in about 5 or 10 minutes.
I must admit, this is an enjoyable match, though.
Oh, this is an enjoyable match. I just can't enjoy it because I know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's sort of like if you're watching footage of World War II, you're never going to observe how nice the weather is.
Yeah, but I'm also not going to ask you to rate it out of 10.
I mean, yeah, you're not that fucked yet. Did you see that Logan Paul wants to wrestle?
Have you seen the people who've answered?
New Jack, the Iron Sheik.
Matt fucking Riddle.
When New Jack replied, he was like, I'll do it. And then someone asked, it's like, have you ever thrown... it was a guy in a wheelchair. It's like, have you ever thrown someone in a motorized wheelchair at someone? Because I'll offer myself. And then New Jack put up a photo of him throwing someone in a wheelchair, and the caption was, I don't think it was motorized.
Fucking legend.
Oh, Jesus. Oh.
Pop-up powerbomb?
This is actually really good.
It has heat behind it as well because of Canadian Stampede and everything that they'd been through beforehand and the whole Hart Foundation versus Austin thing. Because obviously Austin had Bret at Mania 13 and for ages leading up to that.
It's not great because Owen Hart's doing house show tactics of walking away and shit.
Different time, innit?
Yeah, but I don't know. I always
mate. We've just had We've just had Los Boricuas versus fucking DOA. Let's just put this into some perspective.
Right, I'm gonna look at what was on Bash of the Beach 1997.
Bash of the Beach 97 was Hogan and Dennis Rodman, I think, taking on Luger and the Giant in the main event.
Yeah, but no one. We all know the main event would be shit. We need to see what the. Okay, so we had. That's a dark match. No, that's not a dark match. Mortis and Raph versus Glacier and Ernest for Cat Miller.
Yep. Again, I've just on from thevaultreviews.com. I've just done Great American Bash 1997. and Wrath versus Glacier is actually an alright match.
We have Chris Jericho versus Ultimo Dragon. That would be good.
Yeah, I'd be up for that.
The Steiners versus the Great Muta and Masahiro Chana. Amazing.
Oh, God, did you hear that call then from JR? We haven't got there yet, but he's just said a vicious neck breaker from Owen Hart. That's fucking foreshadowing at its worst.
We had Juvi, Hector Garza, and Liz Mark Jr. versus La Parca, Psychosis, and the Lino Thor.
Oh, but that's absolutely really insane.
Benoit versus the Taskmaster.
Oh, yeah, that got a bit weird. Because obviously Benoit actually took Sullivan's wife off him.
Yeah. Jarrett versus Steve McMichael.
Yeah, because Jarrett cost McMichael a match against Kevin Green, another NFL player, by slapping him in the head with a suitcase by accident.
Why do you have an encyclopedic knowledge of WCW in the late 90s?
Because it follows on from the review from Great American Bash 97, the one I've just reviewed.
We have Holland Savage versus DDP and Kurt Hennig.
Stemming from a really, really, really good Falls Count Anywhere match between DDP and Savage.
That was a really good lariat from Austin. Roddy Piper versus Flair. Luke and Jack. Yeah, but I'm not being funny. That seems at least more interesting than what we've got so far. Apart from this match. This match is actually fucking
No, this match, Mankind vs. Triple H, was decent. Goldust versus Pillman was okay.
And those two matches were an hour ago, Rob. Yeah,
that is true. And admittedly, we are about to see the icon of the Attitude Era lose all feeling in his body. But, aside from that, it's not been bad.
They still being round into the buckle really well.
I'm really enjoying this match. They're working really well. Owen's working the neck, obviously, foreshadowing aside, he's working the net really well. Austin's being fucking Austin.
That was smooth. That was really smooth.
You compare this Austin and the Austin that worked at WrestleMania to the Austin that then worked WrestleMania 17.
That was a fucking New Japan spot, that. Going right into a German suplex. I mean, New Japan at the time, New Japan now, that would happen about 20 minutes from now, and everyone will pretend it's great because the last 5 minutes was really good when there was a boring half an hour match before it.
We're still going to watch the What's It, though, so the G1.
Yeah, because we literally can't go half an hour.
Well, they can.
Well, we can, but it's ill advised. You'll not go through. To be fair, though, both Champion Carnival and N1 looks really good this year.
They do.
I suppose Sakuraba's back. I didn't think it was still wrestling. Then again, I don't think you've forgiven Sakuraba yet for his Suzuki match.
And I never will.
It's not that bad.
Oh, it is, mate. I've got a feeling we are very, very close to the neck break spot.
Yeah, I think this is where it happens. Oh, no, DDT.
DDT.
The fact that he's targeting the neck is not helping a damn fucking thing. I like how he has Slammy Award winner on his title.
I was wondering what that said.
I don't know, I do honestly think that Owen's better than, a better overall package than Bret.
Personally, I think Bret tells a better story in ring. I think Owen has more character. They're both amazing in ring. Let's just be perfectly honest.
Yeah, to be fair, I find it funny because there was this controversial opinion put up in a Patreon, and Gaff said,
"Here we go. I think this might be it." Oh no, I keep saying that.
Yeah. Gaff was like,
$1 Million Dream! Sorry.
He was like, Kenny Omega has a personality, and I'm like, your favourite wrestler is Bret Hart. It's like, are you kidding me with a Kenny Omega has no personality thing? And then like he scrambled and he was like, yeah, but like it fit the time. I'm like, it was fucking new gen. It did not fit the time. Like seriously, the fact that I know what happened in this match is really distracting.
See, I'm I'll be interested actually to find out what Meltzer gave this.
Want me to look it up?
I do, yes, without spoiling the rest of the show for yourself.
Cage match. SummerSlam.
Why just put Austin Owen?
That's a very good point. Owen versus Steve.
So at the moment, I must admit, it's a high 7, early 8 for me at the moment.
We have to remember Meltzer will be watching like Masawa matches around this time. So he's probably spaffing all over that.
Good word.
I put cage fight and not cage match.
Cage fight.
Cage match. To be fair, this rest holder doesn't get. He doesn't appear to have rated it.
He will have done if you'd gone Pro Fight DB.
Yeah. Well, turns out there's only the main event after this.
Oh, okay, fair enough then. You might as well just look at it then.
Pro Fight DB. SummerSlam.
Get those feet off of there!
Ask him!
Ask him!
1997 Pro Fight DB.
Lons live the... What? Oh, long live. Oh, I missed it.
He gave it 2 3/4. He gave it 2 3/4 stars.
Here we go. Oh no.
Oh, I'm looking away. Tell me what was over.
Oh!
I looked away. I could not. I've seen this bump too many times. I know what happens.
Shit. I knew it was coming and it's still bad.
Like, do you want me to distract you with star ratings he gave the matches before this?
Yeah, go on then.
So Mankind versus Taylor, I'll have you guess. Mankind versus Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
3 stars.
2.5.
Okay.
Goldust versus Brian Pillman.
1.1 3/4. Am I right or am I wrong?
I didn't hear what you said.
Oh, 1 3/4 stars.
Half a star.
Okay, fair enough.
Animal and Hawk versus Henry Goodwin and Phineas Goodwin.
Half a star.
Correct. Bulldog versus Shamrock.
Hang on. Oh god, the worst roll up.
Yeah, but like
I know, it's just Jesus. How he manages to do that is unreal.
The crowd doesn't appear to have clocked it. Like, the crowd literally haven't clocked what's happened.
No.
I don't know how.
www.kayfabe.com.
Oh, you're a good Mark. You know what's worse than like a modern day Smark? Is a 90s Smark, because they're so fucking smug.
I know this. To
Have you
you...
ever seen that tape of like Smarks who managed to find where wrestlers hung out and referring to them by like old gimmicks?
Oh, gee, it's just
like,
oh, look at him. He can't move his hands.
It's the worst. And then when they went up to Yokozuna, he realised what who they were, so didn't bother with kayfabe and just went, "Get the fuck out of my face."
Jesus.
Anyway, so what do you think he gave Bulldog versus Shamrock?
1/4 star.
1 3/4.
Oh, okay. We weren't a million miles off with our 4 star then.
Los Boricuas versus whatever they're called, DOA.
0. A quarter star.
Half a star.
Yeah.
And this 2 3/4.
Well, I was going to give it 7, so.
Here's the thing. I don't give a rating where someone gets seriously injured out of 10. Like, I can't rate this match because that happened. The whole point of wrestling.
Why would you show it again?
No, again, I don't think anyone really clocked it somehow.
To be fair, at least he cut off his neck.
To be honest, I'm fine with Austin having. At least. The thing is, they still had him on TV.
Jesus.
Which, there's no way of asking this without being slightly awkward. Is the Trade Center built at this point?
Yes. Yeah, the trade centers were built. Yeah.
Do you reckon that they showed that initially and they're just putting in this footage to make it less awkward?
Potentially. I don't know.
It's not beyond WWE.
No. In the WWF.
Huh?
Insolence and overconfidence. Leb 316. What?
Just everyone 316.
Canada 316.
Did you end up putting those things that Gaff put up on our Twitter, like that he made of himself?
No, because they are fucking harrowing and terrifying.
They are harrowing and terrifying. I'm surprised he didn't do them to any of us, to be honest. Never again wrestle on American soil. It's weird seeing Undertaker point. Normally he just beckons in the vague direction of what he means.
I keep forgetting that he had that weird teardrop.
Yeah, like, listens to Black Parade once. Actually, I wouldn't be Black Parade. What's the other one? I'm really bad with MCR albums because I'm not a fan. I don't know. I'm not going to try.
What's that?
I'm trying to think of what the other famous MCR album is.
3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge.
3 Cheers, there we go. That's more 3 Cheers than thingy, isn't it? The teardrop.
Bret is not happy.
That's the thing, he only ever cut a good promo when he was having an actual moan.
That looks like a very legitimate fight.
Yeah.
The Patriots, oh my god.
What's even worse is the Patriot had an actual career in All Japan.
And WCW, he was tag champs with Buff Bagwell.
Was that in the 2000s?
No, that was in the 90s, Stars and Stripes.
99?
No.
So it was when WCW were good?
Yeah.
For fuck's sake. What we need to do one day, Rob, is have a drinking game. Every time we spot an ECW shirt in the crowd of a mid-90s show. Alright, so I'm going to ask you this now. Who's better, Bret Hart or Shawn Michaels? Look at him using SummerSlam 92.
Yeah. When Undertaker battled Kamala.
Kamala, rest in peace.
Who's better? Oh, I like that. US passport expires. I'm gonna go Shawn.
Agree.
Not that Bret isn't absolutely phenomenal. I think it's, in reality, it's more like 1A, 1B.
Yeah. Look at that guy throwing up gangs. White men in red baseball caps should not throw out gang signs.
No, they should not. Pavel number 1. What? Who's Pavel? Why is he number 1? How many Pavels do you know?
At least one.
Cares in a negative way.
Look at that guy in the Austin. That guy in the Austin shirt is just so happy to be there.
He is.
Oh, look at
That
fucking hat.
That hat is great.
I don't like... that teardrop is forever distracting.
That teardrop looked like it had been superimposed after the fact.
Did I ever show you the weirdo I came across? Who kept harassing women in wrestling groups I'm in. And then, like, he kept... Every time I commented on something, he'd comment on it going, "Hey, man, we look like brothers, except I'm more heavily tatted." What he had done, he'd taken his face into, like, you know, how you can draw in yourself in pictures in Messenger.
Yes.
He'd done that, and he tried to replicate Post Malone's face tattoos, but in Messenger, and tried to convince people he was real.
Of all the things to try and fake, Post Malone's tattoos are not one of them. They're fucking
Post Malone
rank.
He's very in right now in America, very hip, very with it.
Rest in peace, the Fink. There's that dude Love cosplayer again, looking bored as fuck.
I mean, yeah, it's a Bret Hart match. I'm automatically in the... I always automatically go into the nagging thing with Gaff, with Bret Hart. The truth is, I think Bret Hart's a fucking genius.
Oh yeah, God yes. There is a sign there that just said, "Die, motherfucker." Great. There's Canada with a toilet. Canada flag in the toilet there.
I didn't think it was possible to be aggressively Canadian. I guess the Mountie.
The Mountie. Was he aggressively Canadian?
You know who is aggressively Canadian? PCO.
Yeah, true. True he is.
I miss PCO.
Oh, here we go.
I mean, I understand he's still wrestling, but...
I am going to moan about something.
I kind of wish his mouth moved like the Canadians in South Park. Somebody.
Oh, the cheap heat. The cheap heat.
The thing is, it's so easy. You can get heat in America just from mentioning another country. I mean, you can get in the ring and going, "So what about Sweden?" Boo, boo, USA, USA. I bet you some Americans walked into
Oh, Canada.
And honestly, I prefer Canadian's national anthem to America's.
The much of a muchness.
I mean, yeah, I don't think there's a single national anthem I like.
I like
Flower
Belarus's.
Scotland. I like singing Flower Scotland to English people. Well, I say that, getting drunk, getting a bunch of other Scottish people and shouting it at non-Scottish people, it's the best thing. Not in a racist way, this welcomes into our country.
I'm not singing the words, I don't know the words. I know it goes, "Oh, Canada" at the start, and that's it.
I know it goes, "Oh, Canada, a home and native land," and then nothing past that, because that's where they stopped singing it on The Simpsons. Bret Hart's sunglasses, cool or not cool?
Cool in 92, 93.
But unfortunately, it's 1997. I am 6 months old, and even I can tell that those glasses are in now.
Canucks suck. I mean, they don't, and they never have done. What? Right? Why is Shawn coming out in the middle of Bret and Undertaker? Surely Shawn should come out first or last.
Because you can't have Shawn Michaels out there corpsing during the heat seat, and well, he's getting heat. Dixie boy. Why am I trying to do a high note?
I don't know.
Have you heard the version of this that has Vince McMahon singing it?
It's not Vince, it's Shawn.
No, but like the demo.
Oh God, no.
That was made for this.
Oh, that's a bit.
Have you heard that?
It's a bit weird.
It's weird hearing Vince sing this song
About Shawn.
Yeah. Well, do that when they had Sherry sing it. I thought that was actually really fits gimmick.
Yeah. Yeah, but Sherry is in WCW now, so.
Yeah, it would be awkward.
Oh no, she might have gone by now. I think she's gone now.
No, because I think she was. I know Harlem Heat wasn't on that show. Why did I think Harlem Heat was on the show?
Harlem Heat were on Great American Bash, and then she left just after that. I think she left the next night.
Was this before or after the Sunny Days promo?
DX haven't been officially given a name yet, have they?
No.
So, isn't it the same promo where they get the D-Generation X name?
Not long after it.
So yeah,
it's from
not yet. Then
I'm so used to 2005 onwards, Sean. That like every time I see 90s Sean, it's a bit of a culture shock. Like I know Found Jesus Sean.
The one who can't do the crotch chop anymore.
Yeah, the one who, yeah. To be fair, me and a bunch of friends once did that to someone in primary school, and then they beat the shit out of us. But
it's still the fucking best, isn't it? Turn the fuck. There we go. I was going to say, turn the fucking lights off. What are you doing?
Turn the light out.
You had one fucking job, Kevin, done you prick.
Have you ever seen The Undertaker live?
No, I haven't.
No, me either. I'm too young to have.
Bet Garth has.
Oh yeah, Garth saw him versus Ultimate Warrior. You know, one thing Undertaker did in his first title reign, which I wish he carried on.
Did in his first what, mate?
His first title reign.
Drop it to Hulk Hogan after a day.
I will hurt you. No, so he wouldn't wear the belt because he does not care for earthly possessions. So he'd only carry it as an obligation. I kind of wish they kept that going.
Is he wearing it at the moment, or is he carrying it? I can't see.
I can't. Well, the lights are out.
Well, there's also Blue Bret, Smurf Bret.
Been having some Smurfette days, my friend. Nope, I can't see a fucking thing. And if I bring the brightness down on my iPad, it will pause it because the WWE Network is really well optimized for my iPad.
Yeah, I'd leave it. We'll see in a minute when the lights come back up. He's going to bring them back up in a minute anyway. I love the fact this is the part of Undertaker's gimmick, or this is the time in Undertaker's gimmick, where he didn't give a shit that he was ginger.
Yeah, he's like, fuck it. No, he's wearing a belt, he's not in his hands.
I love that Bret's like, fucking hell, that was scary.
What's the last Bret match? Well, we'd seen a Bret match. Oh, it was the Rumble one against Diesel, which we hated, but Meltzer apparently loved.
Meltzer gave it 4 stars, yeah. We didn't hate it, we just thought it went on a bit long.
Yeah, but Meltzer likes the New Japan main event, so really
true.
It checked out.
Big scary mark.
Because to be fair, in the whole year for New Japan main events over the Young Lion, that's been That's been our review. It was all right. It just went on a bit long. Like Kenta versus Naito. Oh, it just went on a bit long.
Where does that teardrop go?
Why? Because
he doesn't have it anymore. He must have had it lasered off.
I don't think it's a tattoo.
Do you think he draws that on?
Yeah. With Sharpie.
Sean patting everyone down. Undertaker's got that look of, you fucking touch me again, buddy. Does it baffle you that The Undertaker wasn't WWF champion more in like that shit time of like 93 towards like 96?
No, you can't have Undertaker as your main guy, and during that time they were desperate to find their next main guy.
But during that transition, you had Mabel. Fucking Mabel.
Yeah, when you look who was defaulting to, it was like Nash, Bret, and Shawn, people you can have as your main face.
Belt shot.
Ooh, I need to put the
Shawn.
It's like,
I genuinely thought Shawn was throwing the match out there. I was like, what? I can see that Shawn is going to be quickly the most entertaining thing about this match.
Well, yeah, it's a Bret Hart match, so he always is. Although, another controversial opinion, I don't like the Iron Man match very much.
For Mania 12?
Yeah.
I think the issue that you've got is that it's a very, very one-match card, isn't it?
Yeah, I think also the problem is there's so many sections where nothing's happening, like not even to advance the story.
Well, they'd never done that before, had they? They'd never had a match go an hour. Not even close.
Well, not on WWF TV now.
Well, I must admit, most of the matches on the big event felt that way.
Some say we're still watching it. Yeah.
Oh.
Have you seen... do you care at all about Noah spoilers?
Pro Wrestling Noah? Absolutely not.
Yeah. Okay, so Keno and Goji Izaki went to an hour draw in the last main event.
Oh, for those who don't know, by the way, that Chris is a pure Osamark. Do continue.
I'm so... Actually, it's funny because... every time I talk about how like New Japan's sort of losing me, like New Japan, you know how New Japan's fans are really weirdly snobby, despite the fact it's the third biggest promotion, and it's like, why are you being snobby? They're like, go back to the American wrestling then. I'm like, no, I've just been watching more obscure Japanese wrestling. But yeah. It went to that, and like everything they did furthered the story. Like there was a great bit where we were doing a chop exchange, and Go, who had been targeting Keno's knee, instead of chopping the chest, started chopping the knees. The 90s fashion. How did people survive the 90s? How old would you have been at this point?
I was 7.
7. Ooh. Because if there's anything worse than adult 90s fashion, is children's.
Well, to be honest, I remember going to the school disco dressed in black tracksuit bottoms, tucked into my army boots and my sleeveless referee shirt.
Army boots. Army boots.
Yeah, I was joking, Chris. I was trying to imply that I went to a school disco dressed as referee Shawn Michaels.
Oh.
Because at 7 years old, I had guns like Shawn Michaels.
I had not noticed the boots.
Have you not? I haven't been able to look at anything since.
I'm just noticing how, in a match with people with long hair, Shawn Michaels, who doesn't look like he's washed in 5 days, easily has the nicest.
I mean, Taker's has never been nice, has it? But saying that, for a dead man, if he came out with a perfectly permed hair, I think we'd be like, what the fuck?
Bret, though, I don't think Bret would suit short hair, but he certainly doesn't shoot long hair.
Bald Bret is best Bret, is that what you're saying?
Have we ever had a bald Bret?
God, I hope not.
I kind of hope we did. And again, this is around the time of Cowboy Bret Hart.
Cowboy Bret Hart?
Yeah, he went off to film a cowboy
TV
pilot and then they got picked up.
It's because he can't act. He's got no charisma, that's why.
Yeah, like I say, of all the people to pick up from WWF at the time, why him? Then again, Rocky Maivia is on staff at this point.
That is true.
I wonder where he is.
That look for all the world then, that, like, Bret was sweeping the hair affectionately out of Undertaker's face and about to kiss him on the nose.
On the nose?
Instead of biting him. Oh, fucking hell, he got some height then.
He went for that elbow, to be fair. Tell you what you want about Mark. He's an imposing man, isn't he?
He's a big youth. He gets his leg quite high, doesn't he?
Yeah, like that was a really good duck. I've never seen a big boot be ducked so well. As in, like, a straight-on big boot, like, because it's not easy, but it's much easier to duck like a roundhouse.
Such an odd thing to say. Like I've never seen a big boot ducked so well.
But like, it's true, isn't it? Like, can you name a big boot that's ever been ducked better?
Well, it's not something I often pay attention to, Chris, if I'm being perfectly honest.
Because people don't tend to duck big boots. They just move out of the way. Which is probably more effective, to be fair. But, you know, Bret's in control, so who the fuck am I to talk? Do you think Bret Hart would have done well, like, today? Because I feel like if Bret Hart was around today, he'd be peg-hold, where, like, Brian is a sort of this niche thing where, like, they just... And again, they kind of did just use him to try and get everyone else over, so
basically you're asking, would Bret Hart only be over with the smarkiest of the smarks if he was a thing today?
Garth.
And Garth, obviously. The wrestling industry has changed too much, I think, for Bret to have been... I think he'd have been considered a great wrestler, but when you consider it's an age of storylines and things like that, you know, has Bret got the charisma and stuff like that to pull off ridiculous storylines and, you know, title challenges from people like R-Truth?
I guess he was a big fish in a small pond at the time. It was basically just him and Shawn can do anything well. One thing I always look out for, and because it annoys me now, is like, do they continue selling the leg? Because that's what, like, if you go back to Okada versus Omega at the Dome, there was like leg work at the beginning of that went nowhere.
There's certainly been an extended period of working Undertaker. By the way, this match I'm really enjoying. It's a really good match.
This is a really good... Yeah, it's probably match of the night so far.
Well, yeah.
Which, to be fair, isn't saying much.
Well, no, when you consider our
batting...
highest grade at the moment is a 7, and that was for the opener.
You don't have the best batting average for picking, do you?
It's worrying that this is my best one.
Yeah, it really is. And you picked this on a whim. But again, I pick the next review, don't I, after next week?
Yes, you do.
Yes, I'm going to pick something good. But again, King of the Ring 2 has Brock versus Test on it, doesn't it?
It does. See, this is good. This is where Bret is fucking great. He doesn't... He will then just... I mean, admittedly, this is every... Oh, my God. It's Ginger Pallbearer. And we are 2 months away from the debut of Kane, so this is where... It's a weird time for Paul Bearer, because he's not Mankind. He's not Mankind's manager at the moment, is he?
It's Vader with him right now.
Vader, of course it is.
That's my favourite part of the Canadian Stampede match with him and Taker.
Murderer!
Vader murderer! And then there's just a bit where he's just laughing and then it's like, murderer! Does it better than Flair? It's hard to do that when you don't have a name.
Bear is fucking great.
Yeah.
I love the fact that he's just out just to have a chat, just to have a look.
Yeah, he's just sort of like, but I couldn't. Everyone was stood in front of the monitor backstage, so I couldn't see it, so I thought I'd come out and have a look. If the camera's there, I might as well, further some storylines. Look at Shawn trying to get Taker. Thing is, Shawn Michaels is a bad referee in real terms because you're meant to not notice the referee.
Oh, where you going, Taker? You gonna have to pull back? No, not pull. But what a sell! What a sell!
Is Paul Bearer top 3 WWE managers ever?
Yes, 100%. See, even something like that though, Bret could have attacked Taker in any way, but he's chop blocked him to the knee. Great. Continuing with it. Love it.
I saw Bret. Have you seen the WWE documentary about Bret? From 2006. Right as Bret just kind of forgave him.
I think so.
His philosophy was basically, I was an amateur wrestler. I'm now going to wrestle as logically as possible, because why wouldn't I?
Good point.
Oh, he liked this back in the day, didn't he?
Oh, the figure 4 around the ring post. Right.
So,
the question I have now is, if Vader is not going to get involved, what was the point in Bearer coming out?
Because at this point he just wants to fuck with Taker.
I know, because he's teasing at this point, isn't he?
Yeah, he's teasing Kane.
He's teasing Kane, yeah. And Kane will debut at Bad Blood in October, because September is one night only, and you've got Ground Zero. And
that's what I was going to say. He's teasing the debut, not fondling the big red machine bollocks or something.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's an image. What a shirt Pillman's wearing. I want that.
Jesus, that's an assault on the senses, isn't it, that? Jesus.
Yeah. It looks like there's this guy who used to sell shirts at the Sunday market, and he had so many shirts that looked like that, because they were generic-looking metal shirts, but they weren't attributed to a band.
But all the Grateful Dead shirts, aren't they? All Grateful Dead.
No, they weren't attributed to any band, and he had wrestling shirts of people who vaguely looked like Rey Mysterio.
Any masked luchador.
Yeah, he's just relentlessly going after the leg. I love a good limb match, me. I'm trying to think what's the best limb match ever.
What's the best wrestling match ever?
Limb.
Oh, limb match.
Oh, look at that ECW NWO shirt. It's anything more 90s. Add an Austin 316 shirt and...
Taker is selling the knee, thank God. Oh my God, there's a Buff Bagwell sign in the crowd.
Is there?
You've just missed it. It's where the BWO guy is. It was just on a small piece of paper and it just said Buff Bagwell. Which is weird, because Buff Bagwell never got any signs in WCW. Because he was shit.
He did from his mother.
Judy Bagwell.
He's a gigolo. He's a gigolo now.
He was. I don't know if he still is.
Bagwell. I wonder if there's any reviews, because that could be fun.
No. Any watch-alongs of Buff Bagwell being a fucking gigolo?
No, not watch. Like, I wonder if, like, because sure, it was the modern age. There must have been a website.
You mean like
set up
TripAdvisor for gigolos?
Yeah, like, is he clean?
Did he wash?
Could you still tell there was someone? Could you tell there was someone there before you?
Ugh. That's grim, mate. That is. It's fucking grim.
There's so many hookups. Was it the same size as advertised? Was there good facilities? Did he change for rapping?
Oh. This is not where I thought this match would go, to be honest.
Yeah, it was. Oh, I love when Taker does that. That's great. Because you wouldn't see that coming, would you? He looks like he's going to bounce off, and then he just backflips over.
He's so good.
I always used to give that to like my creative character. That's how my creative character in like SmackDown vs. Raw would leave the ring.
Straight into the chokeslam. Poor planning there from Bret.
For one time, Bret didn't go for the leg.
Sean. Oh,
Did you see me on the
Sean.
Bret Hart?
Get in the fucking ring. You can't touch
Sean,
me.
on his
I'm the
deck.
law. Roll up.
Sean on his day could make anyone look amazing, as shown by how he sold Undertaker picking him up.
Yeah.
You're right, he is the most entertaining part of this match.
Great.
Next watch along, we need to do something with an actual Shawn Michaels match.
SummerSlam 05.
No. Because also then we'd have to watch fucking Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio fight for their son.
Can't think of anything better.
Which quite frankly is a meme I'm so fucking sick of because it's made a resurgence recently.
Well, of course it has, because Dominic's back in the profession. I say back in the profession. In the profession.
I know you didn't watch Lucha Underground really.
At all.
Because every time I bring it up, you scoff. But Dominic was going to feud with Johnny Mundo, and then Rey Mysterio signed again with WWE. It's like, because like between season 3 and season 4, Lucha Underground lost so many people.
Bret's gonna snap. Oh no, Bret is being respectful, apparently.
You can cut the sexual tension between Bret and Shawn with a knife.
Certainly tension.
Sonny.
Don't think it's sexual tension.
Do you reckon they were sharing Sunny Days? No.
Hey. That guy had a double-sided sign then, which had Austin on one side and Michaels on the other.
Someone has a replica WCW belt.
A small version of it, though.
Yeah. Why is he headbutting his ass?
Bants.
Why has he stopped going after the leg?
That's a good question.
Well, maybe he's going after the leg and the back to set up sharpshooter.
He has, yeah, because he's run him into the post, and then he ran him into the apron, didn't he? So presumably that is what we are having. We are into the 5 moves of doom now as well. Fucking hell, that was a good suplex. Garth
shits on John Cena.
I hate this move. I absolutely hate this move.
What?
This elbow drop.
Yeah, because he's essentially just jamming his own knee into the mat.
It's just, I hate it. I don't know what it is about. I love that. Just finger in the air.
Because it's Bret Hart going, instead of, I'm just going to be scientific, going, okay, I'm going to add this one flashy move, and it's not even a flashy move.
Has Taker got more ginger as the match has gone on?
Maybe it's spray dye.
Maybe that's what the teardrop is. Just dye running out of his hair?
Because in skill, we had like skill houses.
Yeah, so did we.
And we used to spray dye our hair green on like sports day.
Of course, obviously. Because you were in a greenhouse, or because you just thought...
Yeah, Lauderdale was green, Castle was red, Winterfield was white, Cromwell was yellow, and... Oh, shit, I forgot the other one.
Instantly too many houses.
There's another one.
There needs to be 4 maximum.
Shit, well, that's going to bother me now. It doesn't really matter, but it's going to bother me. This match is not as good now that Taker's in control.
It's certainly slowed down a little bit.
Yeah. Slow it down. Buff Bagwell time.
There you go. Buff Bagwell. Go on, Buff lad.
Buff with the stuff.
Buff with the stuff.
That's what he called himself.
What the fuck? Something funeral. I'm Canada tonight. What?
I'll be Canada tonight. Oh, 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 oh. People aren't holding up their signs long enough to read it. Why Austin is the best?
Austin is the best. Austin's number 1.
That's such a tragedy, though, that as soon as WWE went HD and you can actually read the signs, people stopped doing signs.
I know.
But again, people get signs taken off now, don't they?
They do. But that's because they do stupid shit like bring Nazi signs in.
I mean, yeah, but like we also take away AEW signs.
I genuinely thought then we were getting a triangle choke.
That's a pretty good way to get out of... Because if someone did grab onto your neck, you'd probably stop what you were doing.
Yeah, I imagine so. Ooh, hello.
Hello, Vera.
Hello, Vera.
Who was your favourite Chuckle Brother?
There's only 2 of them. Barry and... Was the other one Paul? Like Barry and Paul?
Barry and Paul.
I couldn't tell you who. Oh, come back here.
Undertaker's still selling the leg, though. I respect that, especially given the last show me and Rob did together with Garth included Saya Kamitani. And the show we did with Garth had the X Division. So.
True. No selling at all from the X Division.
Taker.
Undertaker. Yeah, there's been some pretty meaningless interference, hasn't there? You know.
Yeah, no, that's the thing.
I mean, I know Pillman and Owen Hart were there to distract Shawn, so he didn't.
And like
count the 3 count.
I think Barris is fair. So I think Barris is fair because they don't trust people to. I think Barry would have been better to turn up after the match.
Yeah. Pretty ill-timed.
Yeah. Like, why didn't he bring Vader with him? Was Vader in fucking the in Fat Camp at this point?
Maybe. No. It was 96, that wasn't it?
Because
Yokozuna was there, yeah. Yokozuna, I don't think Yokozuna's in the company. Not in 97.
The thing is, they apparently used to sneak out for chicken, and I can't imagine Yokozuna and Vader sneaking
anywhere.
Just the security guy reading his paper. Dum, 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 dum.
Especially Yoko, who at this point I thought they reckon was something like £600, which is fairly impressive.
Yeah, like when you saw him at Heroes of Wrestling like a year after this, it's like needing a crane to bring you out of your house type weight. Oh, and he still sells the leg throughout that chokeslam.
Chokeslam from inside the ring to the outside. All the way around. Outside to the inside. 2.
It would have been more impressive that way around.
Just dumping to
and
the
it would
outside.
require Bret taking a big...
It would require Bret taking a big bump. Thing is, this is like, I don't think after this Bret had any classics. Oh,
very impressive.
that was good.
No, I mean, the Shawn versus Bret match from Survivor Series was pretty good, obviously, until it got completely fucking derailed. And then in WCW, we had that match with Benoit.
That happened.
That's pretty much... Oh! Did he drop him then?
Taker's leg gave. No, Taker's leg gave.
Nice.
Fucking, like, honestly, if it wasn't for the interference, this would be on for an 8. Just on Taker's leg selling alone.
That ginger beard, man. Just dye your beard, Taker.
Right, don't you start dissing on people with ginger beards.
Mate, I have a ginger beard.
I have a ginger beard too.
Ginger beard friends.
Hey. Garth has a black beard with cunts.
I will say this match has gone a little bit long. There hasn't been a need for it to go this long.
Last thing, I think literally, if you'd have cut out the interference, this would be great.
Yeah.
But Undertaker doesn't tap it. Has Undertaker ever tapped? He's tapped to angle.
Yeah, I think he tapped to angle. I'm sure he's tapped. Doesn't tap very often.
But it wasn't Has Cena ever tapped?
No.
I mean, like, in like, current Cena.
No, he hasn't.
Never give up.
Never give up.
I think that would be... I think we should have done that for Brian. Especially since...
Bret just...
Especially since his arm is injured.
Sorry.
He went sailing. Undertaker's still selling his leg even when getting up. That's a fucking pro right there.
Lariato!
That doesn't sound like an announcer. That sounds like a cat with the balls halfway through. What do you reckon? How do you reckon, like, if I showed my 10-year-old niece a photo of Bret Hart, how do you think she'd react?
I don't think she'd give a shit.
But, like, just in terms of how he looks.
Are you trying to say if your 10-year-old niece would be attracted to Bret Hart?
No, I'm trying to say she'd be very confused.
Oh, this was fucking mint.
Oh.
I mean, I don't know how much pressure it would put on the knee.
Yeah, that's the thing. Oh. But it was a means to an end.
There we go.
Who's that guy? Who the fuck is that guy? Is he a fan?
Just come on, boys. Take it inside. Where's, Where you going, Bret?
I think
He's getting a chair. Why are you getting a chair, Bret?
Question. Oh, because Sean's distracted.
Oh, unprotected headshot. Hairshot? Same thing, I suppose. It's on his head.
I don't know. I reckon if you gave Carlito a chair shot, he wouldn't feel it.
True.
It would just bounce. Shawn Michaels knows that he has to make everyone even in the top. Look how many empty seats there are.
Yeah, we said that earlier, though, when they zoomed in on the blimp and there was all those empty seats behind it. Where did you get this chair from?
Honestly, though, I think this match overall is better than the Diesel match.
Oh, yeah. Where did you get this chair from, Bret? Oh, dear. Oh. No.
He knows he's fucked.
I love that there's still spit.
Run, Sean.
Oh, Sean, I would
away.
run, mate. Fucking leg it, son. That's a really, really
Just
good
gets that
finish.
That was a great finish. But that match had great spots with really... Oh, they're throwing rubbish into the ring. Oh, guys, the seats are coming out. Is Jack Tunney there?
I think Taker might be going after Sean. And he's still selling the leg.
Well, Undertaker doesn't run, so...
So Taker's taking two very, very unprotected headshots there.
Yeah. Oh, dude. I mean, like, it's nothing that he's not going to get in this Goldberg match, but...
Yeah, true. Five time! Love that.
Do you reckon they just could... Do you reckon those people holding on to those empty cups not knowing what to do with them? I like what Undertaker was doing his eye thing, but he looks like he's just rolling his eyes. It's like,
Fucking bellend.
Crap. Basically, this was just Bret Hart going, Canada's alright, isn't it? I'm from Canada. I like it. And everyone's just like, you're not allowed to like where you're from.
We believe in
Why?
Bret, spelt wrong, which was lovely. Love the fact that everyone's leaving. Fuck this bullshit.
Canada sucks. Lovely.
Obviously, of course.
I do not understand America.
What's the beef with Canada? They're like the nicest country in the world.
You know, also
Is he
like,
doing the
Bret
click
Hart wanting
sign?
to go to the second. I cannot see. I don't have my
I
glasses
think he
on.
was doing the click sign. Too sweet.
That's a nice little insider reference for you there. I never want to hear from someone from the 90s is better ever again. You see what I'm hard?
Just patting his belly.
Look at these.
Do you want what I've got?
You see this? You see this body right here? Pure Gregor.
Bonk.
I'm assuming he's called... Is there people in America called Gregor?
Yeah, why not?
That was a...
Do you know what? Heel Bret was fucking great.
He was. Again, what are you giving that?
It's a high 7, low 8.
Honestly, I think it's a mid-7 and would be a mid-8 if it wasn't for the bits that didn't matter. If it had, like, trimmed... How long did this go? Hang on, wait like that. This went...
It felt like it went above 20.
28 minutes.
28 minutes.
Shave...
5 minutes
I
off.
want to say 5 minutes, and you have an all-time classic
Yeah,
here.
absolutely. There is so much spit that hits Sean there. Like, look how much spit there is on his neck.
Bret is very good at spitting, isn't he?
Yeah. Just ask Vince at Survivor Series.
Hey. That's what happens when you work his spit.
So am I right in thinking now that Taker doesn't get a rematch?
Nope, that's why he's so pissed at Sean leading to the Hell in a Cell match.
Yeah, because they have a match at One Night Only.
No, but One Night Only's in
England.
Britain, so Sean's with Bulldog.
Oh, it's at Ground Zero then. Must be. And there we go. SummerSlam 1997. So,
It's not the worst I've ever picked, but
no.
you know,
Overall,
but-
Chris, if you had to give this show a rating out of 10, what would you give it?
So,
Really? That low?
well, beginning was good, ending was good, nothing else was worth it. So, like, when roughly 40 minutes of your 3-hour show is worth it.
No, you're absolutely right. Yeah, this is the epitome of a one-match card. Apart from the Mankind versus Triple H match from the start, you can literally miss everything out in the middle. Austin versus Owen, has the potential to be great, but obviously is marred by that horrendous spot. The main event is great, but it's 5 minutes too long and has some fairly meaningless fluff in it. You know, the interference doesn't really need to be there. But otherwise, yeah, we had a fucking raffle in the middle of the show for some reason. So, yeah.
That's literally something you get at.
Go on.
No, that's literally just something you get at indie shows, like a raffle.
Yeah, absolutely. There was no need for it. It went on far, far too long. The 8-man tag was just completely meaningless. Bulldog versus Shamrock was a Raw match, and a very poor one at that. The less I see of the Godwins, the better. It was just a very average show, apart from Bret and Taker and the Mankind and Triple H match. But yes, thank you for joining us. We really do appreciate it. We are going to be back next week where we're doing a retro review of the King of the Ring 2002 show. So please join us next week, next Friday at 6 p.m. British time for that. In the meantime, you can check us out on Twitter at PodMania. Subscribe to the podcast wherever you get your podcasts, whether it's Apple, whether it's Google, whether it's Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean. We are literally everywhere. Go and subscribe. Leave us a cheeky 5-star review. Join the group on Facebook at PodMania Podcasts. Check out the website, www.podmania.co.uk, where you can check out all of our archived episodes, as well as our match ratings, our awards, and our pay-per-view pick'ems competition, as well as reviews of other past pay-per-view events. You can talk to me on Twitter at RealRobGoodwin. You can challenge Garth on his weird-ass views at TheGarthberg. Chris, where can they find you on Twitter?
At Brian Alvarez.
And we shall see you guys again soon.
You've been listening to the PodMania Pro Wrestling Podcast. Follow us on Twitter at PodMania, Facebook at PodMania Podcasts, and YouTube and Instagram at Real PodMania. And check out the website, podmania.co.uk. Until next time, wrestling fans.